Hey, what up, boys? We are live. We are out here. All right, so I just got to make sure my whole setup is looking good. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Make sure that we're good. What's up, guys? I see that we already have a bunch of you already with a $2 donation, like actually pretty sick. So if you guys have any questions and I'm like keep missing them or anything, or you want your question to be answered like right away and skip the whole line, I have set up super chats. So what you can do is that you can just like set up a super chat, do that whole thing. First time using it, super hyped about that. But we already got a couple people in here. I'm hyped, dude. This is actually pretty sick. And Blue, what is that? That is sick. It's cool. All right, guys. So, um, kind of just a little update on everything that's going on. So, I got a cool video that I'm going to be posting this week on how to ride trees. I'm actually super hyped on that. So, I'm going to make a video where I actually made it today. I just need to still edit it, and I'm going to put it out at 4:30 on Friday. Let's just dial this in. I want to make sure it looks good. So, we're gonna do 4:30 on, yeah, I like this up. So 4:30 on Friday, I'm gonna do uh the whole YouTube video. So what I'm doing is I'm helping you guys learn how to turn. So if you can make these really small turns just like this, that's gonna allow you to go through like super tight trees. And the last thing you want to do is be like mobbing through trees and not being able to control your speed or control your body. So I'm doing that. That video is coming out Friday, and in Colorado right now, dude, it's been popping off. We've been getting so much snow, so I want to make sure that I'm being able to help you guys ride some sick trees and stuff. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to be out here for about an hour or maybe an hour and a half, depending on how all the questions are going. So if you guys got any questions, just make sure that you shoot them down below. If I miss them, add them again. If I miss them or you guys want to expedite the process, then just do a super chat. But anything is appreciated, but no, not mandatory at all. So let's get right into this. I already got a couple questions, so I'm super hyped. And first, we got Blue. So it says, "Hey Tommy, do you prefer to ride with a toe strap over, where one is better than the other, or is it just personal preference?" So let me know if this is lagging at all. Let me know if you guys are having any issues with the stream. Just let me know. But on my end, it seems pretty good. But just let me know, and then make sure let me know about the quality of the noise or the audio. As I know what's going on. But so what I like to do is I don't. So the question is, do you want your toe strap over the top of your foot or do you want it in front? So, okay, I got a couple people saying there's a little lag. Okay, let me make sure I'm on the right internet and on here. Yeah, okay. So hopefully that changes for sure. Hopefully that works out. But question is, toe strap up here, toe strap here. I personally like having the toe strap in front of my foot. And the reason is, as you tighten your bindings, you're actually pushing your heel against the high back, and then you're applying more pressure on the high back so that you have really good response time. If your foot, if you have the strap on top of it, yeah, you have it, it may kind of get your foot back against the high back, but not really. The other thing is that if my arch of my ankle is like this and I put a toe strap on and then all of a sudden it's squishing out my foot and it actually may cause a lot of problems or pain in your arches. So if I can keep my arch nice and in a neutral position or a natural position, and then I just take my boot and I just push it into the back, then I'm feeling like a rock star. So that's kind of my thought on it, that I do like the toe strap in front, and it kind of got a little nerdy, but there's that. And then, dang, you guys are coming in with these super chats. You guys are insane. So we got Josh coming in here. You're god at snowboarding. When did you start? So Josh, I started snowboarding when I was 8 years old. My brother like started snowboarding about a year before me, and I was just trying to keep up like the whole time. So it ended up helping me because I was chasing him down so much that I like got to be better faster. So that's like another cool hint for you guys is if you're wanting to get like super good at snowboarding, ride with people that are better than you and then pick their brain, because there's people love to share their knowledge or like love to like give you their 2 cents. So if you can ride with people that are killing it, then you're definitely hyped. So yeah, Josh, I started snowboarding when I was, yeah, 8 years old, and I've been snowboarding for about 23 years now, so I'm definitely like super hyped on that. And then we got Scott with the $5 donation, dude. What up, Scott, dude? You out here, dude. I appreciate the support, dude. This is awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go back up a little bit and get some of these questions answered. So Dave asks, "Hey Tommy, what angles do you ride your bindings at 15 degrees?" So I personally have my lead foot at positive 15 and my back foot at negative 15. And my whole idea is trying to be as symmetrical as possible, meaning that when I ride my left foot forward or my right foot forward, I want my board to feel the same way. So when I'm riding a whole bunch of switch, that I'm like feeling pretty good about it. Uh, so feeling pretty good about it. On light lag. Okay. Oh yeah. Hey, give me like one hot second. Just give me a hot second, boys. And for a minute. It's just lagging my whole thing. If you're like watching YouTube, can you just like hold off for a little bit? Thanks, dog. All right, boys. You guys might have heard that. There we go. All right, boys, we back here. Sorry about that. I think the question was 15 degrees or angles. So, so, uh, so there we go. I want to be symmetrical. So that's where my binding's at. And then I am riding at a 150 centimeter snowboard and I'm 5'5". So I have a 21-inch stance. So that's kind of where we're at with my angles. I like to be symmetrical. The other thing is, if your femurs are coming out of your hip sockets, naturally you guys are going to have some kind of rotation. Mine has like a little bit of rotation, so like that 15-15 just feels right. Maybe you guys naturally stand with your toes pointed straight forward, where well, then being super duck-footed is not gonna feel as comfortable. So finding like a balance between like being duck-footed, what it will do is it gives you a lot more hip rotation so that when you're doing like freestyle and stuff, it makes spinning a little bit easier. But obviously, if you're like super far out here, then it definitely doesn't help. So finding the angle that's just comfortable. The other thing is, if this is my foot and your knee's here, you want to make sure that your knee is tracking directly over your toe, that it's not like all super twisted. So you want to be able to go directly over your toe. And then we just got another super chat. Colin, views better in Breck or Copper Mountain? So me and my buddy Johnathan always talk about I love Copper Mountain. Like Copper is insane. Copper, as far as views, I would say that views are probably way better at Breckenridge because you can see so much further and you get to see like a lot cooler resorts. At Copper, you end up seeing a lot more of like a sharp mountain and it kind of limits your actual like view where you can see. But I would definitely say that uh, Breckenridge has the dope view. I like Copper way more to ride, but Breck is super dope as far as the views. So we got Patrick out here. Yo, we got Patrick, sup, dude? We got Chilled 16. I'm surprised you're not getting more views. You make great content. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I've been honestly like super hyped with the amount of views that I do get simply because like the channel is pretty small. Like I'm just really starting to get in there. And so I am super hyped and super thankful for like all the support and all the love that I've been getting on the channel. And I'm just like hoping to, I'm just going to continue to put out content and just put stuff out there. That's like the main goal. And if the channel blows up, super sick. If not, then I'm just stoked to help people, just put out content and help you guys. So, but I do appreciate that, man. I've been pretty hyped for sure. Then we got Scott, what up, dude? L Stackers, yo, what up, everyone, dude? He's out here, super sick. And then yeah, El Sacker's got the super chat, dude. It took forever, man. It was such a weird thing, dude. It's been challenging for sure. And then El Sacker says, like, press that like button. I appreciate you guys. We got 40 of you guys out here. This is so sick. Uh, what else we got in here? Matthew says, I'm afraid to push my riding because of fear of getting hurt. Any tips or encouragement? Essentially, with the tips for helping like not get hurt or finding like a smarter way is thinking about whatever you're trying to do, can you break it into 10 steps? So if I want to do a backflip, okay, well, how do I break down a backflip? Well, you might have to go to a Woodward or a trampoline facility and do a backflip into a foam pit, then on a trampoline while somebody helps you. And then you're going to do it by yourself. And then you're going to do it on a bigger trampoline and go higher. So like that's already 4 steps. And then okay, can I put a snowboard addiction board or a foam board on my foot and do backflips on the trampoline with the foam board. So I'm already 5 steps in and I haven't even hit snow. So that's my thought on progression is how can I make the steps as as productive as possible without just jumping so far ahead where I end up just getting hurt. So you could do that with a 180. You could do not even strap in your snowboard, just hop into a 180 without your board and then put your board on, not even moving, do a 180 and then go a little slow and do a 180. There's like all these really cool ways of being able to just like chip away at it in 10 steps. So if you have any questions about that, about any specific tricks, let me know because I can give you like a spitball idea of how to break it down. But that's what I do with my own writing is how can I break it into 10 steps and then almost guarantee success from one step to the next, to the next, to the next. So Matthew, hope that helps, my dude. All right, so okay, so we got D Ed says, what's the craziest run of your life? Honestly, the craziest run of my life, I did heli snowboarding in New Zealand probably like 15 years ago. It's been a while and I really want to go again. But being able to go do heliboarding, you literally go to the top of the mountain, they drop you off, and you go with a guide. And obviously, the guide's going to show you around. But there was like this huge boulder, and there was just like this perfect fluff up to it. So you could jump onto this boulder, and then on the backside, it was like literally like 15 feet into a whole bunch of powder, and no one's there, like not crowded mountain. Like we're literally on this mountain off on its own. And that was probably the craziest run of my life. Like that was probably that was incredible, dude. And we got Colin back here, right? Colin with a $10 super chat, dude. You're insane. And he says, thank you so much. Yeah, dude, I'm definitely stoked to help answer your questions, dude. Breck, man. Breck's a good time for sure. And like I said, if you guys are missing, if I miss any of your questions, because sometimes the chat will just jump to the bottom and I have to scroll back up and find it. If I do happen to miss your questions, just shoot it back down below so that we can get your questions answered. Okay, so I think we got that one. So the craziest run of my life was in New Zealand. Holy cow, incredible. We got Aaron. He says the audio is good. Cool. I wanted to make sure. Okay, and then we got what else we got here? Got Chuck Van. What up, dude? This guy's been out here supporting the team, dude. He's been supporting the dream. I've been hyped. Hey, Tommy B coming through good now. Okay, sick. He's talking about the lag, rip for sure. And if you guys are wondering, I'm looking at my computer so I can like have the live chat going here and then chat with you guys here. So Aaron says, yo, that triple line at Breck is sick. Was out there yesterday and today and just sent it, dude. How did it go? It's super fun. It's a little intimidating at first, especially around that like 10:30 when everybody and their mother shows up and there's literally a crowd of 30 people at the top of Breckenridge and you're like, it gets really intimidating at times. And the funny part for me is that literally 70% of the people are just kind of like standing around, not really riding. So it's not that I'm snaking, but I like to kind of get in there and then go like find my way to the jumps because I don't want to spend all day just trying to wait in line. So hype that you hit those jumps, dude. They're fun. I actually hit them today and I've been hitting Copper's line. Copper's been insane too, man. It's been sick. And then dude, we got Josh. Dude, what's up, Josh? Dude, spreading the love out here, Tommy. You're the man. Was just so sick running into you and Johnathan today. Can't wait to shred soon. Dude, Josh, I appreciate that. So Josh saw me and Johnathan Buckhouse. We were literally like getting on the chairlift, and then he's like walking over, like talking to us, and we're like, no, like I wish we had more time to chat. But dude, Josh, I appreciate the support, dude. And I think I missed that. And then we got Ebby, dude. You were here last week, and I think we were talking about wax last week. So I'm hyped that you're back here, and thanks for the $5, dude. That thing is so sick. It's not called a super chat. What's it called? I don't even know what that thing is. It looks sick though. I appreciate it. That's so sick. Okay. Want to make sure that I'm not missing too many of these. Sorry, guys. Trying to find where I was answering a bunch of your questions. I think I found it. Okay, then we got Colin Scott says, so I can't find anywhere online that fully explains ski lift ticket prices. Is it free to you wait in line and then you pay to skip the line, or how does it work? Sorry, I'm from Texas. Ski lift ticket prices. I think if you go for ski lift prices, there's like a ski liftopia or Ticketopia. hit me up on the DM on Instagram, and I should be able to like find something for you. It's pretty hard to find. I think there is like one site that has all of the lists for them as far as like for that. If you go to Copper, there's this thing called the premium. No, it's called the Premier. I think it's called the Premier Line Pass. So essentially, you have your main line, you have a ski school line, and then you have this special access pass where you can skip it. So if there's 1,000 people in line, then you can skip it and go right ahead. And I think it's pretty pricey. But if you snowboard or ski a whole bunch, then you're able to like skip that line. Is freaking sick. So definitely hope that answers the question. But hit me up after this on the Instagram, call in so I can find that. I know it's somewhere. I just gotta like figure out what it was. I got bored through the pain. Sup, Chuck? Oh, we out here, boys. L Stackers, watching from Idaho, huh? Dude, we got a whole bunch of you guys out here. We got Brandon says, "Do you detune your edges on a new snowboard?" All right, so scope this out. Here's a nice little chit chat for you guys, and I'm glad I brought this, and I want to be able to like talk about this. So I'm gonna do a board. I'm gonna do a video this week or early next week that I can break down how I set up a brand new board. But what I do is right about here, right where the snowboard actually will contact the snow. So let's see if I can get a good angle of this. So the snow is all here, 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 and then right about here is where it kind of goes from like snow to not snow. What I'll do is I'll take a file and I'll just literally like shave off at a 45-degree angle until that spot hits the ground. So if this is the board, I'm literally detuning this edge all the way up. And what ends up happening as you have your edge like this, what it wants to do is it like grips the snow and just makes you like kind of take like an aggressive extra edge more than you want. And what ends up happening with that is as you're doing that turn and you want to release the edge, well, your body says, I want to go this way, but the edge is gripping and locking it. So I detune the edge so that I can, like, I have a better, like, I have a way to release the snowboard so I can just like do turns. So that's what I do. I wax my snowboard right out of the gate. I detune my edge. I'm gonna make a YouTube video on how I do all of that. So look out for that. Hopefully, should be able to do it this week or maybe early next week. And we got some more super chats. You guys are insane. We got Aaron says, "Yeah, I sent it and it was great. The rails at the bottom are dope as well. Was hoping to run into y'all, but got out there late." So yeah, yesterday, did you say was it? So yeah, we were out there yesterday and today. I think I left around like 2:30 today, but I got there at like 9. So it was like a big full day riding Breck. Breck was sick though. And then their rails are super fun. To be honest, a little limited on what's going on, especially if you checked out Copper, any of Copper stuff, they literally have like 30 rails up, and I think Breck maybe has like whatever, like 12. So they're still sick. I'm not denying that. What I do like about Breck is that their rails are slick. Now, when they're slick, you can just get on them and slide. And what I've been going to Keystone, and they've been a little bit sticky, and it's been a little bit frustrating. It's like kind of like you go and like hit a little bit of sandpaper, and then you're like, ah. So, but dude, Aaron, I'm glad that you sent those jumps. Those jumps are insane. And you got Scott Knight out here with the $5 dono, dude. You guys are crazy. Keep it up. Keep up the awesome work, bro. Gotta check it out. Woo! I appreciate the support, dude. This is unreal. You guys are awesome. I'm going to scroll back up so I don't miss any of your other questions. Like I said, if I miss any of your questions, just scoot down below and retype it just in case, or just copy and paste it, whatever you got to do, so that I don't miss it for sure. Okay, so what else we got here? Scrolling down. Anyone know when Breck usually opens their upper alpine areas and peaks? I'm assuming the past snowfall definitely helped out. To be honest, and I'm gonna like be pretty blunt with this, it's the snow conditions this year have been terrible. So what ends up happening is you get like a nice like early snowfall, and then it like sits right here, and then you get all these like weird, even like this paper, like you get all these weird layers, and then all these weird layers will like kind of stack on top of each other. So it snows, and then the sun bakes the snow again, and then it makes all the snow like crumply like this freaking little paper towel. So you get this crumply terrible layer, and then you add more weight and more weight. So imagine you had like a Jenga set and you're like pulling out all the pieces, but you pull out all the pieces at the bottom except for like one, and then on top. And then as soon as you like move the table a little bit, it all falls over. So if you scope out Breckenridge right now and you look at peak 6, peak 7, like all of the peaks, literally there's natural avalanches that are sliding everywhere as well as man-made stuff. So then that ends up like literally like it's gnarly. So they're trying to bomb it as much as possible. Even the T-bar and everything under the bridge is they're slowly opening that because the avalanches, the wind blowing, like it's just really, really tough right now. So as much as we're getting snow, it's also super avalanche prone and it's really dangerous. So like I highly recommend that you guys just don't go out into the backcountry. And if you do, just be dumb careful because it's super sketchy. Check out like the Colorado Avalanche Information Center.com and just scope that out before you go anywhere. So that's like where I want to help you guys out. Like it's gnarly. Just BT dub for you guys. Tori, what are the ideal angles to learn how to switch ride? How do I pick it up faster? All right, so okay, first you want to make sure you have a stance that's symmetrical so that when you ride regular and ride switch, it feels right. If you have your back foot is at 0, sometimes it just feels really uncomfortable riding switch, so you're less like inclined to do it. The other thing is I do have a YouTube video that's kind of a little bit maybe like 10 videos down on how to ride switch. I'm also coming out with another video on how to do really awesome turns. So the biggest thing is you want to make sure that 60% of your weight is on your lead foot. So you're actually kind of leaning into it. And then you're being able to do this thing called knee steering. So when you're on your toes, you want to get your knee of your knee over your toe and you're actually like twisting the board like this. So there's my back foot and I twist the board and it's going to get early edge engagement. When you can be able to do that, it's going to feel so much better and so much faster on your switch riding. So scope out that video. It's about 8 videos down on the whole playlist. And then the other thing is just do it more often. I ride switch probably about maybe 40 to 50% of my day is switch just because I want to like continue to work on it and get really good at it. So that's definitely what I would do there. So, and I just see that Johnathan Buckhouse is in the chat, dude. What up, dog? We also got Ben, who is a super sick filmer. He's been hanging out with Johnathan and I. It's actually Jonathan's brother. So what up, dog? He calls me dad. I don't know why. Maybe because I feed him every day, by the way. All right, so that was Tori. Hope that helped. Kaz, glad you got the super chat sorted. Yeah, I'm super hyped on that. Bored through the pain, great advice, find someone better than you and try to keep up with them. We are talking about that a little bit ago. I'm trying to catch back up, boys and girls. I got you. KB, we got look at that board. I'm actually super hyped on that board. It's a stiffer camber board, this one. I don't know, how do we do this? Hey, that one right there. So it's a stiffer board, kind of like the Burton Custom that I was rocking. So I'm testing that out. Super hyped on that for darn sure, which is going to be sick. Okay. Got some Aussies in here, dude. I love the Aussie love. You guys are so sick. I definitely need to make it out there for sure. It's going to be unreal. Okay, just got my first board and got it set up yesterday. The guy at the shop put my front binding at like 18 degrees and 9 in the back. Does that seem normal? So that essentially, in theory, and not 100% like definitive law, but if you can have your angles between like the 25 and 30 degrees, so if you go 18 plus 9, you're 27 degrees, that's not bad. When I was when I was younger, not a younger, when I was younger, I actually rocked that angle because if you want to ride switch, think about being more symmetrical. Now, as a shop, most people are going to predominantly spend most of their time going one direction. So if you don't ride a lot of switch, then yeah, it totally makes sense. And I would not really like discount what that guy said in terms of you only ride one direction. If you're trying to go a lot more switch, go symmetrical, it just makes it feel even going both ways. So hope that helps. Not tugboat. Hope that helps, my dude. I probably butchered your name. Apologize. Uh, we got Dylan in here. What up, dude? We got Scott. Scott's out here. Scott Knight. What up, dude? I appreciate the donos, dude. You are insane. Have I missed any of them? Oh, dude, we got some super chats in here. You guys are insane. We got RX Fly Fishing. What up, dude? This guy's been on my chat like all the time. I appreciate that, dude. You provide a lot of great advice, and you ride like a savage with sick style, dude. Keep it up. Yo, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I'm stoked to like just share the love, you know what I mean? Okay, best tips for riding switch. I ride goofy. Oh, Van Lido? Dude, help me out with your name. Terrible at names, I apologize. But I appreciate the $5. Best tips for riding switch. the best tips really is being able to do front knee steering, and really there's two big things about switch is making sure that you're putting the time into actually doing it. If you can just, if you could spend an hour a day for 100 days, you've accumulated 100 hours of practice, and that's literally like unreal. So if you could get more time doing that. The other thing is being able to put 60% of your weight in your lead foot. Now imagine you're driving a car. Well, when you drive a car, the tires that steer are in the front. Imagine that we're driving 100 miles an hour, but the tires that are steering in the back. It's going to be a whole different experience. It's crazy. So when you're riding switch, you want to be able to steer your snowboard from the front tires, meaning your lead foot. So it's going to be your right foot because you're goofy. So when you do that, you want to make sure that you have 60% of your weight in your front foot. Now, the other thing that's counterintuitive is as you get scared, you naturally want to like lean back. Now, when you're leaning back, you actually make your turns very slow and delayed. So if you're like heading into a tree and you lean back, you're actually making it so much harder. Like, here's a great analogy. If I am driving a boat and I have my like steering rudder and like the engine in the back, how hard is it to make those sharp turns? Like you really can't do it because the front end's like super up and it's like super delayed compared to a car where you can make like rapid turns. Obviously, it's water versus the ground, but being in this weird backseat position, it actually makes it super hard to turn. So you want to get your weight in the front foot. Ilya, is that how you say it, dude? Oh, I appreciate that. And I'm trying to look at your photo. Is that a looks like a dope snowboard photo of you in Breckenridge or like hitting a jump? I can't really tell because it's like that big. But love your videos. Keep it up, dude. With $1, freaking the $2 chat, dude. That's so sick. I'm so hyped. You guys are insane. I got my first instinct, which is Ben, who's been filming us. He's freaking awesome. He says, I love all the visuals like that I'm giving. That's awesome, dude. That's sick. Appreciate you being here, my dude. He told me he wasn't gonna show up, but he lied to me. What a guy. See, he's always coming through. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back up just a little bit so I can get some of your guys' questions. Do 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 do. Want to make sure. Okay, it says Ebby D Ed says, "Yo," it says, "Bro, I've been always wanting to heli ride. I've been to New Zealand, but I didn't start snowboarding at that time. Now I'm obsessed. Switzerland is my next goal. If any of you guys can like stack some cash and go heli skiing at least once in your life, it is mind blowing because the views are incredible. The whole experience of being in a the helicopter alone is like this next level stuff. It's pretty unreal, to be honest. So you guys could go heli skiing. That would be so sick. Mike says riding like a bowls, right? Cheers, Tommy. Yo, what up, dude? Mike, I appreciate it, dude. You're out here. And are you a skier, dude? That's sick. If you are there, you're out here supporting the love, dude. That's so sick. And then El Sacker says, "What up, RX? I just got in the hot tub. Oh, dude, I just went hot tubbing a little bit ago too. I'm like starting to feel a little sore after snowboarding a bunch, so trying to get back into that groove of actually like stretching and all that good stuff. I need to get back on that grind. Okay, so Brandon did say that he asked about the detune. I did answer that. So detune your edges is obviously super awesome. Okay, then Joy says, when you turn from edge to edge, which foot do you put your weight on more? So when I Okay, let's try to do this. Here's kind of a cool thought. So here's the beginning of my turn, the middle, and the end of my turn, and let's just use a toe side turn for an example. So as I am on the beginning of my turn, I want most of my weight on that front foot so I can get my board to like engage. As I'm in the center of the turn, I'm more like equal, like even footed. And then at the end, I'm a little bit back so I can like finish that turn. Now, as I finish that turn and fall across the fall line, right here is where I actually can like slow down. Like I can go across the fall line and slow down. So I want to be like toes even and then or sorry, not toes, like more on the nose, even and then here. So that's definitely like that's what I would do as far as like getting your edge to edge. And then as you finish, you're going into this turn, you're kind of leaning back and then you're gonna hop in like into the next turn. So you can do that. Okay, so that's kind of that. Hope that helps. Board through the pain. The way you face on the board will apply to the snow as well. I bet you like it way better. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Don't remember. Sorry, my dude. Nash, dude. Nash has been out here, dude. I appreciate it. What up, dog? What do you think of this storm we got? Drove up from Fort Collins. Some of the best power riding I've had in a while. So if you guys are in Colorado, it's actually pretty insane. We got about, I think, don't quote me on this. I think we got about 40 inches of snow in like 3 or 4 days, which is like a big deal for Colorado. So the actual power riding was insane. I rode a bunch at Copper, and I know some really sick spots at Copper, so it made it super fun. And then there was like 3 days of POW, so you could like go kind of back to the same places that were good, and then wherever it wasn't, then it wasn't. So yeah, it was definitely kind of sick for sure. So, Bored Through the Pain says, my dream is to heli ski in 8K, dude. Heli skiing in 8K, dude, Alaska would be sick. I definitely need to be on those. BK KB Sweet says, dude, you like Burton step-ons. I think Burton step-ons are actually super awesome for a beginner snowboarder. Imagine your first time riding, and the worst experience you ever have is literally like sitting down, strapping in, and then trying to stand up. It's literally a miserable experience. And I've literally taught like maybe 300 or 400 people how to snowboard. So then I've literally like, if we could eliminate that step by just like standing up, stepping in, and riding, it's actually a really cool thing. I've never tried them, so I want to know what they feel like in terms of higher level riding. So I'm definitely curious about that. Not quite sure on that. I need to do it. I almost tried one last year, but it just didn't get around to it, which was kind of a bummer for sure. Okay. Like I said, if I'm missing any of your guys' questions, just send them down below. I'm gonna keep going through them, but just make sure I didn't miss any. All right, boys and girls. All right, so go Crassy. That's sick. Okay, hey, I've been watching all the videos lately. I'm from Mass, and our mountains are really small, and we hardly have a train park. I'm comfortable with bombing blacks in control, but I'm in having trouble with my landings in which I am landing rather sideways than straight. Do you have any recommendations on how to ride Switch? Dude, you guys are all loving these Switch questions. I freaking love it. So, Switch is such a big deal. The more you can practice Switch. Now, the other thing that I haven't touched upon yet is essentially when you guys are snowboarding and it's something new, and I do this too, when it's something new, like Switch, our natural reaction is to take our eyes and look down at our feet. And as we're looking down at our feet, we're like, what's going on? What's going on? And what ends up happening, check this out. Imagine we're like on the top of a cliff, and then I just like look down and I look over the cliff. Well, there's a chance that I'm out of balance, I fall off. The same thing's gonna happen when I'm on my snowboard. If I literally like look down at my feet the whole time, it's gonna make switch snowboarding so much harder. So if you can keep your eyes up and looking in the direction you're going and keeping your spine more upright, it's gonna help so much. Like trust me, it's gonna help a lot. So definitely something I would help you with. And then being able to be in a stacked position. Essentially, you want your shoulders, your hips, and your board all stacked on each other, like we're kind of squatting in the gym. But at the same time, I want to make sure that my shoulder, my hips, and my board are all looking over there, like in the same direction. They're all pointing in the same direction wherever I'm going. And what most likely happens is this is my board, this is my upper body. A lot of times we're like super twisted, and as we're twisted, it makes snowboarding so super hard. So what I want you to do is go find some video of yourself riding switch or those landings. Do two things: scope them and see if you're doing that or you're looking down, and then definitely shoot me them on Instagram because that'd be sick, and then I can like really know what's going on, and tell me that you came from the live chat, and I'll make sure to scope that out and give you some feedback. So hope that helps, my dude. All right, we got you guys are out here, dude. I love this. Okay, we got Johnathan Buckhouse. Like I said, he says, "Let's go look at all those super chats, dude. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate it a lot." Okay, so then we got Colin Scott Buckhouse. Love your videos. I got a donation for you as well, dude. Sharing the love, you gotta love it, dude. L Stackers is it is the real one. Yeah, boy. Evie says Jay Buck. Yay, Jonathan Buckhouse. Let's go. Evie says I ride 9-9 dead center because I've been practicing my switch. Dude, Evie, how's it going? I really am curious like how that's going. Hope you're killing it. Hope those videos have been helping. And the more you can practice switch, the more you guys are just gonna be like a boss. And then if you guys have seen my switch video, it goes a little bit in depth on a little bit of nerd, but let me know if you guys want me to make like a super nerdy switch video because I could definitely go in a lot more details and make it a little bit longer of a video. That switch video is like a here's quick information, here's some really cool key points, and let's go. So definitely let me know if you guys think I should be doing like a super nerdy one because that'd be dope. Like I don't mind doing it, like making like a 2.0 sick version of it would be dope. L Stacker says, "Do you think outdoor master goggles will fit glasses in them?" I think so. I actually tried some today, some like flat ones, non-spheric lenses, and they have a lot of like really big stuff. So, or really big like field of vision. So I think that would help. If those don't, I know that Giro access goggles actually made a slit on the side of the goggles where your glasses will actually slide into, so it doesn't have that like weird pressing against the side. Kind of a cool little thing. So just BT dub on that one. Uh, Karsten says, "How do you prevent knee injuries?" Well, there's a couple of things that I talk about a lot throughout my videos, and one of them are making sure when you're landing a jump or doing like jumps, moguls, that you're distributing your weight more evenly between both feet. So if I have 500 pounds worth of impact pressure and I'm only landing on one knee, well, that's a lot of pressure for one knee to handle. But if I have both of my knees like this, now all of a sudden I can distribute that pressure between both. And now 250 pounds of impact pressure doesn't seem as gnarly, right? So if we could do that, that's a big deal. The next thing, as your knee, like if this is your foot, you want to make sure your knee tracks over your toe. So if you're bending or squatting, you're tracking over your toes. If your knee is going like outside, then you're putting a lot of vulnerability on the outside of your knee. Same if you go inside. So if this is your knee, you want to make sure that it's tracking this way and you're not tracking side to side because that's not awesome. So here, that's kind of like my food for thought on the whole knee things. Rachel Brown, what up, dude? Is it good tips on hitting large jumps, 45 and 40 to 45-foot jumps? And actually, those are pretty big size jump. Copper has some really dope jumps coming up. And I think you're coming out here, right, Rachel? Soon. Soon, soon, I hope. So Copper has some really good jumps. And really, it's about understanding your body position. Make sure that you're stacked. If you can do a 15 and 20-foot jump in a good stacked position and you're not like arms are not swinging and you're not doing all this weird stuff, but you look super calm, that's going to be a big indication that you have a good body position. Also, like send me clips if you have them. And then now do that jump like 50 times and then go to a 25-foot jump and spend some good time there where you can accidentally go deep, go a little short, go deep, and then like build your confidence and that body awareness, and then take that to the 30, the 40, and the 50 and just slowly build yourself up there, but making sure that you're like number one, having all like the stocked position or your positions like on point. And dude, we're going in with some more super chats. You guys are unreal. We got L Stacker's Adventures. L Stacker says, like that smash, like that button, smash the like button, boys. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate you coming in here, dude. Well, dude, one day we're gonna ride together. It's gonna be unreal. I'm super hyped on that. Leo C with the $5. You guys are insane. Thanks for all your vlogs. Tons of help and awesome riding. Glad to see some super chats up already. You're killing it, dude. I appreciate that, dude. What's up? You guys are unreal. I appreciate all the support. Like you guys have it's obviously extremely motivating, like riding with people and getting stoked, but it's also super sick that I can help you guys. And my goal is to make you guys more better snowboarders so that you stay around the snowboard world more, because I've been snowboarding for 23 years and I'm more stoked about snowboarding now than ever. And it's like, how the heck is that even possible? And for me, it's like finding ways to progress my riding. Now, I'm not saying I need to go do quads and crazy triple corks and all this stuff, but is there ways that I could progress and every day know that I'm getting better? And when I'm getting better, I'm excited about that and that process. And I can, like doing a lot of spray combinations, rail tricks, being smaller jumps, like new grabs. Like I posted this crazy grab on my Instagram yesterday on my story, and it's like, can I push myself in ways that are not a high consequence, but I can like be able to push myself? And that's like my thought for you guys too. If I can help you become a better snowboarder and have more fun and just love snowboarding more, then like that's why I do this. So for all you guys, for everyone that's here, like I appreciate all the support. There's a whole bunch of you guys. You guys are unreal. I'm gonna scoot around on this live chat, this chat thing here, and make sure I'm not missing too many people here. You got R Star out here. What up, dog? And then we got, how's everybody doing? What up, dude? I love that you guys like chat with each other. It's sick for sure. Okay, what else we got ahead? Midwest Shred Vlogs. What's up, dude? Loving your videos, man. Keep it up. I appreciate the support, dog. Dave says, crush that like button like a bug with your toes, dude. If you guys have seen that Switch video, you know what we're talking about. It's a nice little inside little scoop that not a lot of people are knowing about, but we out here. And those guys that know it, I love it. Let's see, our star living the dream down here, but really missing snowboarding. Oh, that's Chuck says that. Yeah, dude, Chuck, we got to get you snowboarding, my dude. Board through the pain. How is cat boarding in Steamboat? You ever go? I have never gone to the cat skiing in or cat riding, whatever, in Steamboat. I've heard it's sick. Why cat boarding is sick? The weather. Okay, imagine avalanches are not an issue with a helicopter if there's high winds or there's low light days or like there's so many variables that you do not go heliboarding even if the mountain's prime. There's so many things that causes you to like have some issues, but with heli skiing, it's like dumping like 10 feet of pow. You can just go ride. As long as the abbies are good, they're going to take you. So I haven't done it. I've had a friend, Bryant, who went there. He said it's unreal. Aaron says options on bent metal bindings or opinions. Rip. Opinions on bent metal. I've actually never tried them. I've heard they're a little heavy, but I've heard they're very durable. So I actually do not know. What do you think of the Battalion B TBT versus board without it? I honestly do not know much about Battalion either. I wish I had a better answer for you, my dude. I know Board Archive does a whole bunch of reviews and stuff. I wanna I wanna do a little bit of reviews, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm giving you guys like freestyle or riding skill type stuff for my channel. And I just haven't really experimented with too many boards. And the real reason is like I find something I like and I just stay there for 10 years. Like literally that's all I ever want to do for sure because I don't want to like spend a whole bunch of time like trying to figure it out. And then bored through the pain, hopped in and said, Aaron, I'm not a fan, Burton or Union all day, though Arbor is growing on me. Cool, good to know. Nice little insight there, my dude. Dominic says, how's the weather up there, dude? Colorado has been popping off, man. It's been insane. It's crazy. And then I got another name that I don't know how to pronounce, and I appreciate it. I think we're either Chinese or Japanese. Like I love that you're out here, dude. I appreciate the support. Where do you snowboard most? I would probably say that I spend about 60% of my season, so probably over 100 days at Copper a year, and then the other portions will either be at A Basin, Keystone, or Breckenridge. Definitely kind of the jam for me. I just love Copper. I'm a big fan. They're putting so much effort into their parks, putting so much effort into their like what they're doing in the freestyle realm and the pipe, and then I just love that support and just feeling like that's like they care, and that feeling alone is super dope for sure. Okay. Do. Okay, Ebby, what up? So, dude, thanks for the chat. Thanks for that super chat. I appreciate that. And tips on riding powder. Well, I'm not kind of dyslexic, whatever. Tips on powder riding, please. Okay, so with riding powder, there's like three big things you got to do. First, make sure you have speed wherever you're going. Now, if you start to see, look at, let's imagine we're going down a run and it's steep and it flattens out, but your eyes are looking straight down and you're worried about your turns. Like here, all of a sudden, you're not anticipating that you have to keep your speed up with the whatever's going down below you. So then, my first tip on riding powder is making sure you're keeping your eyes up and you're looking in the direction you're going, like 50, 100 yards, whatever it is, so that you can anticipate whatever it is. That's a big deal. Now, after that, let's say you're like cruising down like some fresh pow, and then you start losing your speed. The next thing I would say is hop in somebody else's line because essentially they're minimizing there's not as much resistance, like hitting the snowboard and all the pow. Steal somebody else's line, follow that until you get your speed back up, and then cruise back out there. Now, the third thing is this if you have a camber board, you really want to make sure that you're lifting up the front of your snowboard, kind of like a boat going on water, so that here's the water, and then your board can just like float on top. As soon as this dives down, it's rough. For the most part, sometimes you can get away with it, but that's like actually a big deal. By like keeping your nose up, big deal. And obviously, you can get like a pow board and stuff, which is pretty dope. But if you can get a pow board, that would be super awesome for sure. Okay, so that's some POW tips for you guys. These are like kind of a couple of my secrets I use literally all the time. I used them like a couple days ago. Have you ever skied in Idaho or Montana? No and no. I was supposed to go to Bogus Mountain like 2 years ago, and it just never ended up happening. I drove from Oregon to Colorado, and we just never went. I don't remember why. Montana, I need to, dude. I want to go to Jackson Hole so bad. I'm blowing it. Like I actually am blowing it. Okay, and then Evie says stepping into the step-ons is quite awkward at first, to be honest. I've heard that before, and I've like realized that like when you've like figured it out, it's really good. And I also had a friend named Sean say that after about 2 or 3 years, the mechanism that locks in kind of gets a little loose, and he had a snowboard fall off of the chairlift. So just be aware of that, like kind of maintenance, like looking at your equipment and stuff. But that's definitely something super dope. Bored Through the Pain, Burton Cartels, Union Forces. Dude, Burton Cartels, I've had 5 pairs of Burton Cartels because I get them like every single year. Super dope. Bored Through the Pain says, you look down, you go down. That's actually mad true. And everybody that's in here, like there's 50 of you guys. Like you guys are literally the sickest people ever. I appreciate that. And then we got another one of these. I just can't read this. Like I wish I could. This is so dope. Do you have any suggestions on riding moguls? So moguls, I actually posted an advanced video on YouTube about riding moguls, and I want to make a second video that's like I have the advanced one, and I'm gonna make like a here's actually how to ride like super beginner slash how do we do this without just getting completely wrecked. So I want to make that video. But what I would say is that if this is the mogul, a lot of people like to like there we go. Like to ride over it. And what you can actually do is the key is to ride around them. And it's kind of like a nice like NASCAR course. So if you have a mogul that's here and there's like another mogul that's here, you can like use them as like little berms, and that's a big deal. The other thing that's sick is that you can ride across the mogul. So you go like one mogul, two, three, then turn. And the more you spend time going across the fall line is better because you're able to manage your speed. Anytime you have your board going straight down, that's when you're picking up speed. So if you can minimize the time going down the hill, and then the last thing about moguls is making sure you keep your knees bent and your board in contact with the snow, and that's going to help a lot. And then I think I just saw a question in here that was the oh, what did we see? It was cartels versus the Union Forces. I actually had the Union Forces, and my heel strap bolts kept getting loose all the time, and that was super frustrating because I would have to tighten my bindings, not the actual like base plate, but the straps on the side. I would have to tighten those like every day. So I got really kind of frustrated riding union bindings. They've kind of wrecked my life. Whereas cartels, I've just had never had issues with cartels. So I would rock the cartels to answer that question. Okay, then I asked earlier if you guys want a super nerdy video, and then Krista Van Awesome says super nerd all the time, dog. Yeah, for sure. Bored Through the Pain, nerdy switch, dude. Yes, let's get it. I'm so down. Okay, Evie says I'll have someone record my switch riding and send it to you. Yeah, send me your switch riding, and then I can give you these theories and these ideas for sure. Like I have a lot of experience of working with high end riding, low end riding, like all through the maps, kids and adults. Like I've taught a lot of people how to snowboard, but there's nothing that replaces me seeing you do it. And so if you can send me a video, that is like so sick because I know exactly what you're doing wrong versus what I think could be happening. So definitely like super sick. And then Chuck says the nerdier the better. Dude, sick. I'm super hyped on that. I'm glad that you guys love the nerd for sure. I'm not gonna turn my channel into the snowboard nerd, but if we can get super nerdy, I'm super hyped on that for sure. Nash says I use the lead knee out and squished the bug turns on my switch riding. Helped out so much, dude. I'm hyped, dude. Dude, that's sick. I'm hyped that you're hyped. George says, "Yo, hype that you are so consistent with your content now." Yeah, man. Once I made that commitment, I know I needed to stick with it. So being able to make one video a week minimum, and then now I've added this live stream, which happens, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And then in addition to that, if I can get a third video out every week, I would be hyped. I did miss last week, but I still got my video out on Friday. So if I could just minimum do that video plus this live stream, I'm super hyped, dude. Super hyped. Oh, we just got another chat, dude. Okay, it says NGen says, what level instructor are you? All of your replies as snowboard tactics are so spot on. So honestly, so I did my cert 1, 2, and 3 with ASI. I did cert 1, 2, and 3 in 1 year. Bang that out. I had some help from actually Chris Van Awesome in here. So I had done Cert 1, Cert 2, and Cert 3 in 1 year, and then the next year I did my Children's Specialist 2 and my Freestyle 3, which there's, like, less than 20 people who have their Freestyle 3, I believe, and then I went for my RMT, which is, like, certification in Colorado that allows me to train instructors at a high level, trainer of instructors and not just an instructor. So I failed it my first time, and then my second time through, I passed that. And like failing that, which is kind of like essentially like a Cert 4 certification for snowboarding, by doing that, like failing it really let me like be successful and like I learned a lot from failure. So that was super awesome. Being able to like fail and then come back and just murk it, dude. I crushed that exam. I'm super hyped. So and yeah, dude, thanks for the support. The $5, dude. I'm super hyped on that. So I've had a lot of experience like on the instructor world, and I have cert like 200 and I've done half of my 300 already. So sorry. So I've yeah done a whole bunch of certification stuff, which I'm like actually super hyped on. So, all right, I'm gonna scroll back up and make sure we're not missing too many of your questions. If I miss them, just make sure that you send them down below, dude. All right, so Frankie says, "Hey, Tommy, you the man. Hey, from Texas. Can't wait to take your switch riding tips to the mountain next month. Curious question: do you ever make it up to Vail? I bet you rip up in Blue Sky." So actually, I instruct and lead instructors in training at Vail. So I'm going to be at Vail during Christmas for about a week instructing. So wearing the blue uniform, like looking good, doing that whole thing. So I'll actually be instructing at Vail. And I grew up riding Vail, so I know Vail really, really well. I actually don't ride Blue Sky that much, and mostly because the catwalk takes so long to get there and to get back that you end up missing like an hour or an hour and a half of like riding, that I would rather just go rip the front side. I've definitely made my way back to the Blue Sky, and there's some insane days there. Sometimes I get too greedy where I just want to go snowboard now and not like commute out there. But dude, Blue Sky, beautiful for sure. If you guys ever want like ever get a chance to make it out there, freaking awesome. Mr. X says, my friend wants to learn how to snowboard, so I told him to ride his skateboard. Good idea. Dude, if you can get better at skateboarding, skateboarding helps snowboarding, but snowboarding does not really help skateboarding. And if you have a friend who ever wants to learn how to snowboard, just put them in a group lesson for at least 1 day. It's a game changer. Literally, it's they expedite the process, and obviously I'm saying this as an instructor, like you expedite the process of that learning like so much, instead of like falling, crashing, breaking your wrist, getting hurt, being bummed, being sore, being pissed. I would rather have them, your friend, have like the dopest experience and love like snowboarding. And if you can do that by paying a little bit of money to have somebody like help them through all the bumps and bruises and like eliminate that, then like we're all winning here. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. Alrighty. Scrolling down, making sure I'm not missing too much of this. Okay, what else we got here? Sorry, just reading some of these questions, guys. Just want to make sure I'm not missing too much. R Star says, "I'll make the most out of 2 weeks." I think you're having a chat without me, which is totally sick. Obviously, I'm super hyped, but I'm assuming you're going snowboarding. So, like, dude, I hope you're gonna freaking ride it, dude. R Star, are you coming to Colorado? I think Buckhouse said you might be coming to Colorado. Is that true? If it's not true, let's make it true. I don't know. Food for thought. Okay, so okay. Coglio knows. Okay, my buddy years ago shattered his arm from step-ins from the resort rental, failing during a downhill run. I'll never try one myself. Yeah, that's kind of the issue with the step-ons is like you're trusting a mechanism, which obviously ratchets are a mechanism too, but you're trusting a mechanism. And I'm assuming that Burton, as a big of a company as they are, has put a lot of R&D into their equipment, but it's definitely something that you risk. So I'm sorry to hear about your buddy, dude. That sucks. I'm definitely gonna try him, but that's a big rip for sure. Okay, so then we got Nash says, have you ever heard of IPO bindings? If so, what do you think? I've actually never heard of those, never seen them and never tried them. I wish, and then I see that L Stacker says, I have not. I don't know if that was the same chat or not, but for sure. L-Stacker is awesome. I might go this weekend. How about you? Maybe Friday? Yeah, snowboarding every day. No, I don't snowboard every day, but I try to snowboard as much as possible. I snowboard about 6 days a week. And then on that other day that like I take off, I end up just shredding a whole bunch anyways, or not shredding, doing a whole bunch of work, whether it's vlog, whether it's YouTube videos or work for my work. But dude, shredding, got to take advantage of it while we can. All right. Yeah, if you guys, I'm starting to get at the end of these questions, so definitely if you guys got any more questions, send them down below because I definitely want to answer them. I'm going to spend a little bit more time with you guys because I'm super hyped to be here. So make sure you send some questions, crew. And if not, I'll just start talking about things that I think you need to know. So that's definitely an option too. Okay, Buddy Winter says I'm probably going to go either Saturday or Sunday. I would say go both, but traffic's crazy, so rip. And then L Stacker says, Krista, are you Chuck's sister? LOL, that would be funny. I don't think that is. Okay. I have to take I have to do the pacer test tomorrow. Oh wait, dude, rip on that one, dude. Good luck because we all know the pacer that like pacing test is not awesome, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Gotta do it. Okay, Kevin says, Tommy, what exercises can I do in the gym to help improve my snowboarding? So I have a couple options for you. First, as many squats as you can. So if you can do overhead squat, back squat, or front squat, like and or front squat, super awesome because when you do those different squats, it puts your body in different positions. And if you can, let's say you got a back squat, well then it's going to send your body backwards. Well, you can develop like some strength and some balance there. Now, what if I have the bar in front? So I'm doing like a little front squat up here, and I'm squatting down. As I do that, now it's forcing my body to be forward. I can engage my core and keep my chest up and be in a better body position and start taking care of that, which is actually pretty sick. Taking care of like your core, being able to squat and all that stuff. And then start doing some box jumps, which is pretty awesome. Lateral lunges, which is pretty awesome. And then I also think and then I actually have a 3-month workout plan that I do with my team that I have. It's $27, but if you're into it, I can send you a link. Shoot me a message on Instagram. If you don't, I don't really care. But I would do box jump, squats, in any way that you can be explosive. That's your jam for getting exercise. And then if you can strap your snowboard on and go jump a tire, that's also super awesome too. Okay. Want to make sure I'm not missing too many of you guys. We got Dustin. Don't ride park, but been watching you had made my challenging growth to ride harder and on any run. Tommy killing it. Yo, I appreciate that, dude. So more of the story, Dustin. I appreciate that you're not super into park, but then how can we like make the mountain more awesome or make it more fun? And that's really like my challenge to you guys is like how can I just like make snowboarding more fun? Obviously, turning down a run can be fun. I personally just get super bored and like it's like ADD. It's like, so if I could like go do something else and be able to like make it more fun and more engaging. So I'm super hyped that you've been digging the content, dude. And that mogul run like video I posted last Friday was actually pretty fun to create because it was like, what are we doing? Me and Johnathan were looking at each other like, why are we doing this? Like, it was kind of funny. It was a good time. And then he tried a cartwheel and died, but we didn't put it in there. It was kind of funny. Definitely just throwing him under the bus. He's got to do more cartwheels, dude. I'm missing him out here. Christian says, "Hey Tommy, love your videos, dude. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. How much should I detune my snowboard for rails?" Now, there's two thoughts on detuning on rails. You could detune like quite a bit of it, so you kind of round your edges like quite a bit. But the downfall to that is you're not going to be able to ride pipe as much, and you're not going to be able to ride jumps or firm conditions. Are going to be kind of gnarly. So what I do, like, I'll do like one of two things. I'll be extremely gentle with my edge and just not lean downhill. But there's another thing that you can do, and it's called a base bevel. So I'm going to try to get some props going here. Imagine this is the bottom of my snowboard, and this is the edge, like that's the edge. Now, what you can do is you can put a 2-degree base bevel, so that you actually take your board, your edge of your board, and you lift it up a little bit. So now when you're sliding rails, you're sliding back here, you have a less chance of catching an edge. So you could put a 2-degree base bevel and then you could put a 2-degree on here so it's super sharp. But you could do a base bevel so that when you're like sliding a box, you're not like you have a less likely of a chance to actually like hit like catch on a rail. So that's like an option. It's called a base bevel. You can go to a local tuning shop that has a machine, not by hand, but a machine, and they usually charge you like 15 bucks. I went to Mount Hood Meadows and they tried to charge me $45, and I went to Vail and they charged me 15. So just be aware of that. If they're trying to charge you $15, that's sick. $20 is fine, but like if you're getting charged $45, just go somewhere else because that machine can do it in like 5 minutes and you can get a base bevel and it's sick. So food for thought. That's my thought on that one, boys and girl. Let's see what else. Colin says, "What is being an instructor like? Is it decent pay?" So if you're at Vail, I don't know the exact starting rate, but when you were at Vail, you start at like I think I started like 10 bucks an hour, and then the price, I think they're like 12 or $13 an hour. But what's sick about it is I started at 12, $10 an hour and went to like 15 or $17 an hour in 1 year by getting certifications. So when you get certifications, you can get a dollar raise or $2 raise. And then when you have guests come back, you get a bit of an incentive so that you can make a little bit of points, you can make a little bit more money. So there's like really cool opportunities for you to control how much money you make. If you're a better person at getting people to come back and loving what you're doing, and you can get certifications, you can make 30, 40 bucks an hour. It will take time to get there, but you can make 30, 40 bucks an hour like instructing. Obviously, Vail is like a big mecca for instructing, so it's definitely like super awesome. DM says, "Are you a car enthusiast?" Not really. I'm not super crazy out there for like rail or sorry for cars, but I do have a VW GTI and it's like I love it, dude. I'm so in love with my car. It's like a little go-kart, especially when I'm driving in the snow. It's insane, dude. It's insane. Okay, Tommy, what do you think of about volume shifting boards such as the Warpig? I need to look into that technology a little bit more. I've never rode a Warpig, so I don't want to just, you know, talk out of my bum. So I'm gonna have to get back to that. So let's maybe if you swing by next week on Tuesday, let's rediscuss that because I'm gonna look into that because that's definitely like a super sick thing that I need to look into. Aaron says, "How is Keystone's night riding?" Keystone's night riding is actually sick. Back when I was a kid, they had night riding in the park, which was so fun. I loved it. My dad would take me after school, go snowboard. It was insane. It was about an hour and a half drive for me, so we didn't do it all the time, but it was definitely super dope. But now they took out the park and then what ends up happening at Keystone is the night riding gets super icy and the night riding gets super cold. So if you dress warm, toe warmers, like gloves, puffies, whatever you got, like do that. But it's a sick experience. One of the sketchiest things I like to do is go into the trees and see how far I can go into the trees, but then there's no light. So it gets super sketchy. Dumb idea. Don't do it. So, yeah, I don't know. I do dumb things. Okay, Buddy says, "What do you think of snowboards with the channel system?" I actually love the channel system. I have actually hit a jump and whistler where my binding blew out of the channel. And like I've done that on normal bindings, like where I've broken the base plate and blown out too. So it's not just that, it's the channel, but the channel what's sick about it is you can just move it just a slight bit, like half a centimeter, and really find like the perfect stance. But when you have like your bolts, then you have and you want to move it in a half inch, well, then you have to take like all four screws out, move the whole base plate, put the four screws back. It's time consuming, especially in the winter when your hands are cold and it's miserable and it's not sick. With the channel system, you just loosen them and you slide them. It's literally the sickest thing. So big fan of it. For sure. I'm a big fan for sure. L Stacker says cannonball that like button. If you guys are hyped on the stream, leave it a nice little thumbs up. And I appreciate all you. Can't believe there's this many of you guys. This is so sick. I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. Okay. Matthew says, "Was there an awkward phase of snowboarding, like feeling awkward doing tricks? How much does confidence play a key?" Well, I definitely think that even nowadays, like there's times where I feel awkward doing tricks when I haven't really nailed down the body positions or nail down like the trust of the trick. So if I'm trying like a switch front board, let's say, and I'm just like not super committed, not super trusting it, well, it's gonna feel awkward because it's like new, it's weird. And it's like writing with your right hand, and then you write with your left hand. Well, then you got to figure out how to even hold the pencil. That's abnormal. And then we're doing that in snowboarding like over and over and over and over with different tricks. So there's definitely that. And obviously, confidence plays a part to allow you to commit to a position. And if you can commit to the position for a certain trick, then you're feeling like a boss because you can actually give yourself that fighting chance to do the trick right. If you're not committed to the positions, then it's kind of like super passive and it makes the like obviously it's going to make the trick super hard. Johnathan Buckhouse says, if I take a cert, how much is teaching still versus actually writing skill? If I take a cert, how much is teaching still versus actually writing skill? I don't really quite get it. I would say that if you're going to do like a certification, there's like three parts to it. There's a writing portion, so a third. There's a teaching portion, so a third, and then there's a movement analysis. So being able to see what they're doing and be able to break it down is their movement analysis. Then being able to teach somebody how to change it is a bit of it. And then after that is showing off, not showing off, but showing it. So, hey, Johnathan, watch me do this trick. Now you're going to do it. Now I'm going to look and break down what you did. Now I got to teach you how to do it better. So I would say a third, a third, a third, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's how I would do it. And then it's just like it's all even, like a third across the board, which is super dope. Rachel says, I would love to hit the 40, 45-foot jump at Breckenridge because that's the one that you broke your wrist on. Well, we can definitely like it would be sick to see you hit that jump and taking like figuring out why you fell, why you broke your wrist is like something that I would definitely love to know more detail about so that I can start to understand where your riding is in terms of why you fell. And then how do I build a plan to make you more awesome and get you like ripping it up? Because obviously that's like the goal, is if we can get you like developing the skills to help prevent what happened, and then you're going to build your confidence, and then you're going to feel great, and then you're going to crush it. So definitely want to help you with that. Would be sick. And then Rachel says, I would love to get it this time. Dude, I would love to see you rip that freaking jump up. Dude, that would be sick. I would be super hyped for that for sure. George says, George says, hey, Tommy, curious what your thoughts on about riding high or just marijuana culture around snowboarding in general. Is it a topic that I haven't seen many YouTubers talk about? And I'm just curious. Yeah, I don't smoke weed. I'm not super big fan. It's one of those things like it's such a big thing in Colorado because it's like it's just so normal here. But I think it just like if it's having somebody like I don't know. I don't know. Let me think about that one. It's definitely like becoming normal, but let me think about that one and try to come up with like a good answer for you. And then because says Ngen says, hi there, Mr. Buckhouse. What up, dog? Dude, my first instinct says Rockstar Buckhouse in the Buck in the house. Dude, what up, dog? Uh, Zachary says, Summit local, working on my Insta and hopefully YouTube eventually. How do you get people to film you all day long? Is there any way to get good footage in the park yourself? Nervous to leave a camera out of sight. So what I was doing before I linked up with what I did before I linked up with Johnathan was I would put my tripod by a rail and I literally would just go hike the rail for 45 minutes to an hour, 2 hours. Like I literally hiked a rail for 3 hours one day in Breck and I just had extra batteries, extra SD cards, and I literally just let that thing just sit there and just film over and over. Obviously, the editing process on the back end kind of sucked because you have to like go find those clips. But that's what I did, just being able to do that. But you want to change up the angles as much as possible so it just doesn't look like repeated content where the people get bored. But I would definitely say doing that. The other side is like try to find some people that are into it, and it's amazing what you can do in 2 hours. Because I don't have somebody filming me every day, all day. I really don't, and I post every single day, and I've posted for 4 months, almost 5 months every single day. And what I'll do is I'll have somebody film me for, an hour or 2 hours, and you just grind and you just get everything out, everything that you can, and just try to do your best to not go for the crazy gnarly trick. This is key. Don't go for the craziest, gnarliest trick because it might take you 10 attempts to get that one trick. What if you got 10 tricks instead? Like that's kind of how my thought process is specifically for what I'm doing. I could get 10 tricks. That means I have 10 days of content to post and I can just bang it out versus trying to get this crazy gnarly trick. And it's like, okay, now at the end of the day, I might try it like 3 times. Cool. I've already stacked 10, 15 clips already. And then at the end of the day, I can try this trick. If I get it, cool. If not, I'm not wasting a whole day. So definitely just a food for thought on those two things, Zachary. Okay, and Jen says, what do you like? Stiff boots, medium bindings, or medium boots, stiff bindings? I like stiff board, soft boots, soft bindings. So, and Jen, definitely funny because not one of your options, but I like having soft boots and soft bindings. Soft boots because, excuse me, if I like lean a little bit forward on a rail where my boots are not going to have like the most crazy response, so I don't catch the edge right away. I have a little bit of room for error, leniency. As far as bindings, I like soft bindings because I like flexing my boots and bindings laterally. So like I get towards the nose or towards the tail, so I can do all these crazy grabs. With stiff bindings, they're not going to allow me to have as much range of motion in my boots as much. So then what I end up doing is I have soft boots, soft bindings, and then stiff board because then the board gets me to like pop and stuff. So that's kind of like how I operate on mine. Okay, Abby says, I can attest to doing squats. I've been bodybuilding for years now, and I found that my quads don't really get sore from snowboarding because they're fairly strong from bodybuilding. Yeah, dude, I bet. Being able to, the cool thing about squats is it's going to do like three big things. It's going to get your legs strong so that it can handle the impact of like jumping and all the crazy stuff that we want to do. The other thing is that squats are going to allow you to snowboard for a longer amount of day if your like legs are feeling super sick. And then the last thing is it allows you to get a better range of motion or better body positions. So that's super sick that Evie, that you're like super down to do the whole squats and stuff. Super sick. So all right, still chipping away, dudes. Dude, there's a whole bunch of you guys out here. I'm super stoked, dude. You guys are sick. Melissa, what's up, dude? Hey, L Stackers, Melissa, I'm hoping to skip school on Friday to go snowboard, says Alyssa. Dude, that would be fun, but don't tell anybody. Shh. It's actually really funny. My dad, when I was younger, he would, it would be like, your alarm set for 6:30. I wake up, it's 8 o'clock, and I like panic that I got to go to school. And my dad, like, Dad, we're late. And he's like, calm down, it's a powder day. I took you out of school. And I'm like, what? Like, my dad's like the dopest. It was so sick. He would just literally like not even tell me. He's just like, you're going to go ride a powder day. And I'm like, or he would have some friends that, or some like coworkers who would be working with him, and they're like, "Hey, today you have to go take my son out to go snowboard." I'm like, "What?" So like, what? The dude gets a day off from ride, like work for at least a couple hours, whatever, and then I got to go ride. It was actually like really sick. My dad's dope, super sick. Okay, Matthew says also, dude, not to compare to other YouTubers, but you can see and hear the heart behind what you're doing. So res respect it, man, and it doesn't go unnoticed, even though you just started. Hey, dude, Matthew, I appreciate that, man. Like, that's one of the things that's been very helpful in the certification process is like, I want people to like have the sickest day ever when we go snowboarding, and if I can like get people to have more fun and engage and like have a good time, that's like helped. And I just like I said, I want to like get people stoked. So Matthew, I appreciate that, man. Like I'm hyped that you're hyped and that you're stoked that I'm stoked and all that, dude. It's sick. And then Leo says that Mogo video was sick, dude. It was kind of funny, honestly. Bored Through the Pain says I've never detuned. And then Rachel says, haha, I've tried a cartwheel on the snowboard addiction board and I died. Oh my gosh, dude, those are so funny. Dude, I love cartwheels, man. They're funny. I tried to do one like a bunch in a row the other day and almost like ran into somebody because I was like getting dizzy. I thought I was throwing up. Yeah, it was a good time. Melissa says, I die daily on my board, LOL. Actually, you guys, like, I fall all the time. So I filmed a video with Johnathan Buckhouse at Breck today, and I fell like I couldn't land like a single trick. It was kind of funny. I was trying to do like some back sevens and some front sevens. I like did a back five. Like I kept falling all over the place. And then Jonathan's like, yo, you good, dude? I'm like, yeah, it's still a sick day. I just can't land anything. It was kind of funny, but still made the best of it. Had a dope day for sure. Board Through the Pain, I prefer stiff boots and medium to stiff bindings depending on what I am doing that day, says N Gen. Dude, yeah, it's funny how we all have like a different setup. And as long as you have a setup that makes sense to you and for what your application is, then you're sick for sure. That's definitely what's up. Okay. Lewis says, amateur snowboarder here. Love your channel. Quick question on board setup. Recently, I got a Capita DOA 2020 with new dive bindings. Thoughts? Dude, that sounds awesome. I've heard a lot of people love the Capita DOA. I've actually heard a lot of people like love those, and it sounds like a super sick setup, dude. I'm hyped that you got a new board, and I think the DOA has a centered base. I could be wrong on that, but if you guys ever buy boards, spend the extra little bit of money to get a centered base. Centered base means it's a better material, which is going to be more durable, as well as they retain wax better, thus being faster. So super, super dope. Make sure you do that. That's what's up. Sam says rocker or camber for park. 100% camber for me. Now press, tail press like a boss. It's going to be insane. But when you go to a park, what will end up happening is if your board's like this and you start to lean back a little bit on like the jump, then your board doesn't have enough rigidness and you're just going to slip out. Now, a camber board, as you land, your board's going to kind of go like this and then it wants to get back into place and it's going to hold you to the ground better. So if you're like into jumping, camber board, big deal, kind of sick. I only ride them for sure. Okay, please respond. Okay, I'm gonna get you, dude. I'm gonna get you, dude. Please respond. I wax my board a lot, but after each session, about 5 hours, it looks like it's dry edges. Hey, my dude, what I want you to do is go find what board you have and then look at the specs. And if you have a board that has, like, it's going to say base material, if it's called extruded base, that means it's a bit of a cheaper base and it's not going to retain wax as well. If you have the ability to get if you can get to that centered board, if you can get to like a centered board or something like that, and I think you just said it's a Burton Custom. If you have a Burton Custom, I wonder if you're using too soft of a wax. If you use a harder wax on the edge, so what I'll do is I'll use like a medium hardness on the center, and then what I can do is put a harder wax on the edge so that lasts longer. Or you can get a a base grind and see if that helps. Base grind it, then do that. So those are kind of my thoughts on that for sure. Okay. Want to make sure. Got T25. What up, dog? He's been out here supporting for a while. I appreciate it. We got I'm eating pizza. Dude, I actually had pizza tonight. That's actually pretty good. I don't eat pizza that much, but sometimes on Hill I eat pizza because it's just quick and easy and it's cheaper than like $37,000 burgers. Rip, rip. Okay, R Star says gotta go to bed. See you guys later. Peace out, dude. Thanks for hopping in, dude. Hopefully we can get to go snowboard with you soon. And then R Star, or sorry, yeah, R Star's out. T25. Howdy y'all. What up, dog? And then Austin B, headlamp night riding is sick. I've actually done it one time. I built a jump on a golf course and it was a like a moon, but like a moon, my English rip. So it was like full moon out. It was insane. And we had headlamps and we literally built this jump and then it was like a perfect power turn down this golf course. It was insane. Literally some of the sickest turns I've ever had. And there was like a bunch of bushes that you had to go through. So it wasn't just like open power. It was actually I would rather like kind of go through some stuff because it just makes it interesting. But it was sick. I got to do that again for sure. Will says I'm heading to Silverton. No, have you ever been? I have not been, dude. I really want to go. I'm blowing it for sure. Okay, Dustin says I switch boards with my buddy who rides the Bro and switch loved it. If you're willing to chance it at Brett Keystone, might get a chance to test it. Yeah, I want to like check out some more boards for sure, especially this like volume technology that I've heard about. I definitely don't know much about it and I need to figure it out. Okay, Jeffrey says, do you have it ever slide out of place while riding? I've actually never had my EST bindings or EST channel system slide. If you know your stance right away and you each of your bolts, they naturally have a blue Loctite on them. So then when you screw them in, they're gonna like mold to the bolt and then you don't have an issue. Once you've undone them one time, it makes it more susceptible to just being loose. So get blue Loctite and then lock it in, and then you're gonna like feel like a boss for sure. Hot Beta 809. Any recommendations for wide boards for size 13? Oh man, I ride a small binding and a size 8 boot. So I wish I had some recommendations. Let me think about that. I got Buddy says in here the Burton Ripcord Wide. I do think that's probably a really good option. I don't know too many ride for sure. I wish I did. Or the Napton. Rode with him the other day. It was actually pretty sick. I got like a little bit of a guest appearance in Ryan Napton's YouTube video. I was super hyped on that, dude. That guy's sick for sure. And Patrick says, "You are boring, bro." Yeah, that's all right, dude. It's all good. And then bored through the pain, but you guys are having a nice little chat. That's sick. DM says, "Any advice for those finals I have to take? Because I really need some." Dude, study full send, get lots of sleep. IDK. Rachel Brown says, the way I took off the way I took off my toes a bit and spun backside a bit and then caught my heel and put my arm back. Oh, so you were a little bit on your toes and then your body position was like kind of caused you to rotate in the air and then just blah. Yeah, okay. I totally understand that. And then your natural reaction is to put your hand down. Okay. So definitely like understanding how to like take off like you can still be on a slight toe side edge, but if you're leaning, like actually leaning or tilted forward, then it's going to cause that. Or if your shoulders rotated, it will cause that. Or if you're too aggressive on that toe side edge, you'll actually turn like a little bit, like 45 to 90 degrees. So so you could definitely do that for sure. So it would be sick to like see you snowboard and then like start to like develop a plan because that'd be dope for sure. Okay, just checking out some of these chats. Will says, you got any snowboard workouts? I actually have a snowboard workout plan that I've used with my athletes where it's about explosive, like it's squats, explosive works, box jumps, core, and upper body. If you want that, hit me up on DM and I can just give you like I made a little website for it so you can just scope that out and then see if it's something you're into. If not, I would just do lots of core, lots of squats, and a lot of like weighted tuck ups to get your knees to go in front of you to engage your core. Super sick move. How to board slide. Mason, what up, dog? So I have a YouTube video on this. It's kind of a bit back, but what I'd like to have you do is if you can 50-50 or 50-50, and then about the last third of the rail, turn your board sideways. And then what you're going to do is keep your lead shoulder pointed at the end of the rail, and then your board just goes sideways and bring it back just a little bit. And then as you build your confidence in that body position, you can start doing more. So start at the last 25%, then go halfway at the rail, and then go a little bit more and go a little bit more. But just start getting that board to go sideways. And you're not looking to get your board, if this is the rail, you're not looking to get your board like kind of like this. You want to try to get your board as 90 as possible because then you know you're killing it. Okay, board through the pain. I try to post once a week, but at least a few times in that comment and refilmed it. I think they're having a side conversation, so I think I hopped in the middle and was like, ah. Okay, so then we got Buddy says most beginners ride duck. You know what's interesting? Because a lot of shops will sometimes put people at 12-12, 9-9. They'll put them directional. Sometimes you don't know. It's definitely interesting for sure. Matthew says recommendations for soft slash medium boots. I'm not a huge parker rider, but I still want to play everywhere on the mountain. I like Burton Photons with the boas. I love boas because they're super quick. They're easy. I just literally just and then I'm done. So super stoked on that. And I pay for my boots. So those are the ones that I've had for the last 4 years. So I rock the Photon Burton boots with the boas. Pretty sick. Pretty hyped on those. And they're soft. But the last pair I had got almost 300 days on them. And obviously not just like standing around, like riding every day. It was actually pretty dope. Buck says, working on my quads while watching this. Let's get it, dude. I hope you're doing squats, dude. That's sick. Okay, and then Austin B says, I've always got powder fever when I was a kid or altitude sickness and couldn't make it into school. Yeah, dude, that's funny. Sometimes you just gotta skip a little school, but okay, and then JH says, how much forward lean shift should I have to ride park versus carve? I personally carve and ride park with zero forward lean. Some people really like forward lean. So if this is your high back angle and it's straight up vertical and this is your boot, well, then you're going to be kind of like this. Now, if I already add forward lean, anytime I move my boot, I'm going to get a response, which is super awesome for carving. Now, if I'm riding park and I get that response, well, that might make me slip off a rail a little bit. But what if I had a little bit of play? Well, that's how I ride my bindings for everything because it allows me to have a little bit more room for error and I can just like be a little bit more free flowing. But that's not for everyone. That's just kind of like how I jam it out. Any tips for your first boot purchase? Says Frankie. Honestly, go try minimum of 5 pairs and find out what's comfortable. A lot of people are going to tell you to, here's the front of your boot and like squish your toes. It's definitely an option because what ends up happening is your boots will pack out and they're going to be like packed out and you have a little bit more play in your boots. But the downside, honestly, is that like getting my boots to like barely touch and then they get packed out. But like I said, I like my boots like kind of soft and stuff. So that's just kinda food like, I would try finding a pair that's super comfortable. That's, like, I guess what I'm trying to get at. M. Wayne, 333 Tummy. Hey, what up, dog? And Zachary, dude, with the $5 dono. Dude, I'm hyped. I appreciate it, dude. Let's see. You're an absolute G, bro. Any footy Q do you know anywhere to learn to film? So a couple thoughts when you're doing some filming, especially snowboarding, is you want to face the rider, not every time, but essentially you want to make like when you're riding, you want to try to face the rider as much as possible, the front of their body, because obviously that's more pleasing. You can kind of see what they're doing. You can get a better understanding for the trick. But if you're just doing butt shots all day, then you're kind of hiding the whole entire body of what it's doing. So it's going to make the tricks not look as super awesome. The other thing is anticipate what trick they're doing. Now, once you understand somebody enough, you're going to notice, like I see this with Johnathan all the time, he'll start doing an aggressive toe side turn. I know he's going to backside three. So then either I go wider so that he back three towards me and I don't crash, but I get a good shot, or I slow down a little bit and then he goes this direction, I go this way and try to get a really cool shot. So understanding snowboarding enough and figuring out what body position they're in will give you a slight indication of what trick they're about to do. That's a big one, so you can prevent from running them over, and then you can get a really cool shot because you're anticipating what they're doing. You get to know the person better. And then I personally film like on a GoPro or a Nikon Z6. And then I use Final Cut for everything. I love Final Cut. I've used Premiere Pro, but I feel like I have a pretty fancy PC and it's buggy. Like it's so buggy, man. I'm not super into it. So I end up just rocking the Final Cut because it's super fast, super easy, super dope. Definitely. Those are my thoughts, dude. It's way harder for sure. And Wayne says, "Go to Woodward, bro. Best place on earth. I'll teach you how to film like a pro, dude. That's sick." I was at Woodward a couple days ago. Woodward is sick, dude. And then I ride Copper, the Woodward Park, all the time, dude. Copper's legit, and Woodward, I'm super hyped on for sure. All right, scrolling through a couple more of these questions. Chuck says is answering Frankie's question about go to a shop and go like try on as many as you can. I definitely agree. I used to ride for Solomon, and they would say, "Here's a catalog. Figure out some boots," and I would try them, and I would order them, and I would commit to them, and then I would end up hating them, and then I'm like, "Oh, rip." Just because you're ordering out of a catalog's here hard. If you order online, it's hard. Go to a shop for sure. I definitely agree with that. Melissa says Burton step-ons on bindings are the only appropriate binding setups. I've heard great things about the Melissa, I've heard great things about the Burton step-ons. Like I've heard great things, so I definitely need to try them. But then you said you're kidding, so I don't know what you're doing. I think they're great and they definitely have a place in the industry, but I want to try them just so I like for have firsthand experience on them. But I also just don't know if I can trust them super much, like a lot. You know what I mean? Okay, Stefan, what up, dude? You back, dog? Thanks for being out here. So, yo, Tommy, do you ollie to frontside 180 or just pop frontside 180? I feel like when I want to do a 180, feel like when I want to do a 180, an ollie puts my posture in a weird position, then the twist 180. So I think so the question is, should you pop or ollie a frontside 180? And it depends on your application. If your application is off a jump, you want to do a pop. You want to extend both feet at the same time, which is pop. If you're doing an ollie means you go 1 foot then the other. So you're essentially loading your tail with a lot of pressure and then popping off, kind of like a skateboard. So if you're doing a frontside 180 off of a jump, pop both feet at the same time. If you're trying to do like ollie over like a water bottle, then you're gonna want to pop first. but essentially it's like a two-part where you want to wind up and then you're like let your legs like so you want to wind up and pop, but you're winding up, you're throwing, and then you pop kind of late because if you pop early, it gets like all twisted and stuff. So you want to make sure that you're getting your timing right. But pop 180 on flats is actually really fun, but super challenging, super challenging. Okay, it says Amrit says, I can't figure out how to control speed while I'm carving. I ride a custom X. So now, when you're riding a custom X, that board naturally wants to like grip the ground and just freaking send it. Now, to control your speed, the key is imagine this is a huge carve turn. Well, here you're going to start accumulating some speed. Now, the key is to get your board to go across the fall line, if not up a little bit. And by going up a little bit, like anything, if I'm rolling a ball up a hill, I go up a hill, I'm going to start losing my momentum. So then your turn looks like more like this, and then your next turn looks like that, where you've reduced your speed here, then you're going to pick up your speed and then you're going to slow it down again. So that's how you would manage your speed. And the more you can get across the fall line faster, the more you're going to be able to control your speed. Dude, Stefan, dude, what's up? Thanks for the reply, man. Here's to your gear fund. What up with the $20, dude? You're losing, dude. That's insane, dude. I appreciate the support, dude. You've been out here. This is gnarly. You guys are killing it, and there's still 50 of you guys out here. We've been going for an hour and a half. Like literally, you guys are so sick, dude. $20. I appreciate it, man. Dude, I'm hyped for sure, dude. Okay, getting some more questions. Okay, so we got Andrew here says, thanks for the time. Thank you so much, Tommy. Much love, but it was the first time after riding and it wasn't a bear rash. Still a little confused. Hit me up with the question again. I think I'm confused as well. Lewis says, any advice on reducing heel side slide turns? Trying to only do carve turns, but my heel keeps sliding instead of carving. Should I be bending my knees more? So when you're doing like a heel side carve, there's a couple ideas that you can do. Is if you have too much weight on your front foot, then your board acts like a windshield wiper and your back foot can just like pivot around, which makes it super hard. So your first option is distribute the weight evenly between both of your feet. So, and then as you're on that hillside turn, so your weight's even, lift up all 10 of your toes at the same amount at the same time and get that edge to engage evenly. That's going to be the key. As soon as you get one foot more than the other, or you're leaning too much into it or too far back, then you have that chance of like doing that thing that I was saying, like the windshield wiper movement. So I would definitely like to go try that out for sure. Try that out for sure. Okay, keep sliding out when trying 180s off rails. Any tips? So my thoughts for sliding out when you're doing 180s is you are probably not finishing with your back shoulder. So I'm a regular rider going this way. I want to make sure that this back shoulder completes the whole 180 and then my back shoulder is pointed straight down the fall line. What ends up happening a lot of the time is my board will complete the 180, but then my shoulders aren't. So then I'm at a contradiction where my shoulders want to go that way, my board wants to go that way, and I end up in the middle completely lost. So make sure you do that. Also, hit me up on Instagram because I do have a video that I posted a long time ago, like 2.5 months ago. So it's buried deep in the feed, but I can link that to you where I explain exactly how to do it. And then I break it down in slow-mo. So hit me up on the DM on Instagram at TommyB1 and I'll be able to link that clip for you and that's going to help a lot. And I think I have my Instagram down below too in the description. If I don't, I'll get it there. And Devin says I'm learning tricks that require me to land switch and I am struggling. Any tips on getting used to landing switch? Honestly, if you can ride switch as much as possible, but the key is to ollie switch, like do 10 ollies, switch, and then you're going to do that for 10 runs. By the end of the day, if you did 10 runs with 10 ollies each run, you've done 100 ollies. Now that's going to start getting your body to understand how to land switch, specifically what body position should you be in to handle that. Oh no, it says Midwest Shred Vlogs. You guys motivate me to keep making videos. Thank you, Tommy. I'm making step on videos They work better than I thought they would. Dude, that's actually sick, dude. That's cool. And then Melissa says that she's seen your videos. That's actually sick. I'm definitely gonna have to go scope that out. Appreciate the $5, dude. That's sick. Yeah, man. If you can find a way to just make this not feel like a job by doing what you love and being able to just create content that you're stoked about, then you're more likely to do it. If you're creating content that you're not stoked on, then it's going to come across in the videos. It's going to come across in like your work ethic. Like if you can love what you do and make the videos you're hyped on and then find your niche in there, you're gonna love it. Like every day that I go filming, like this is what I want to be doing. And if I'm not filming, it's literally what I'm doing anyway. So it's actually pretty sick. Pretty sick. And then we got some more, let's see, kind of going back up a little bit, talking about Woodward. Woodward's dope. I definitely agree. Woodward's sick. Okay, so then Melissa clarified. Thank you, thank you. Burn step-ins are awesome. The kidding part was saying that they're the only acceptable setup. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's funny. Dude, I need to try them. I got a friend who has some. I just need to suck it up. I need to do it. I need to stop blowing it. And then Rachel says coming out mid-January. Dude, we need to go, dude. Super sick. Coming soon, hopefully sooner than later. I know you guys are dealing with a little bit of challenges, but let's get you out here. We're super hyped to have you. It's gonna be sick for sure. Trevor Sanders, dude, what up, dog? It's been a minute. I guess it's been a week, maybe. Do you miss riding for companies, or is it nice to be able to ride whatever gear you want, dude? So I rode for Solomon, Oakley, and Bonfire for a while, and it was a double-edged sword. I think there's some really sick things about it, like being able to get free guide that was extra, or they had stuff that was just here you go, and that made it really challenging because I just wanted gear that performed. So now I buy gear that I like. I buy gear that I want, and I buy gear that I know is going to function the way it does. So it's boots, it's bindings, it's whatever it is. And it's actually kind of nice. I know it sucks financially, but it's sick because I'm getting gear that I know performs a certain way. But I am testing out, where is it? Where is it? I'm testing out these boards, and I think we're going to be linking up and doing some stuff with them, which I'm super hyped on. I'm actually going to do a video review on that board, and I'm super hyped to be able to like scope that video out and let you guys know like my honest opinion about it. So we'll definitely be doing some stuff with these guys soon. And then keep an eye on my Instagram. I got a really cool giveaway coming up. So if you guys are into that, check my stories and my posts over the next couple of days. We're going to be doing a giveaway for some like hoodies and hats and stuff. And I actually haven't even told anybody about this. So you guys heard it first. You guys, thank you for being out here. But we're going to be giving back. I want to give back to you guys. And if I can hook you guys up with some like hoodies and stuff, like that would be super sick because it'd be dope for sure. And then we got some people chatting down here about how much pizza can you get for 20 bucks. And now it depends where you go, but hopefully you can get a lot. Melissa says one slice on the mountain for $20. LOL. Well, you're not wrong. Uh, yeah, not at all. Not at all, dude. It's so funny. But And then Brad, okay, then says Rachel is excited. So Rachel's coming out to Colorado, which I'm excited to meet Rachel and Jaden, which I'm super hyped on. Jaden's out here too. What up, dog? Like, dude, like, let's fast forward. Let's get you out here, dude. I want you guys out here, like, training with the team and stuff. And then, which soon, right? Soon. I think mid-January is what you said, right? And then Brad says, I catch my boots if I hit the angle too hard, probably just luxury of old gear. Yeah, if your boots hang over too far and you like can catch your heel, it's probably one of the most frustrating things ever, honestly. And then going back here, we're almost there. Let's see. Devin says, "Hey, thank you so much for the response. Yeah, dude, stoked to help." Jaden says, "How much should I upload on the gram?" I honestly think if you're posting quality content, the more the better. I post 365 days a year, so like that's the goal right now. And then if I can post 365 times, that's 365 opportunities that somebody's going to come across my content and help them. Then, so the more I can post, the better. And especially for Instagram, the algorithm loves that stuff because you're getting people to like stay on the platform. So, so yeah. And guys, remember, I do post every day on Instagram at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time every day. I think it's like 5:05 or something, but it's like every single day, every day. Doesn't matter. Get it done. I'm getting it done, guys, just for you. Okay, Devin says, I want to make videos, but I don't know if I'm good enough for it. Find your niche, Devin, and if you want to post videos, like if you're one step above somebody else, then you have something to say. And you don't have to say you're an expert in the field. You can just simply say, hey, this is what worked for me. This is my experience of this board. This is what I thought of the GoPro. Like those kind of things where you're coming from your perspective, and then that's a big deal. So I would definitely like scope that out for sure. And then, yeah, like I said earlier, if you can make content that you are hyped on and that you're stoked on and that you're willing to do like day in and day out, then that's when it's going to happen. If you can commit to the grind, that's when it's going to pay off. And that's really what's been like, created so much momentum for me is being posting every single day on Instagram and then being consistent on YouTube is a big deal for sure. Alex says, any tips for getting my board straight during tame dogs? Yes, there's two things if you guys want some help on tame dogs. The first thing, as you pop and drive your trick, make sure you're looking over the nose of your snowboard so you're flipping this way. Excuse me. The other thing about tame dogs is when you're at 3/4 of a tame dog, a lot of us like to spot the landing down by our feet or slightly behind us. That's not the key. The key is to spot your tame dog over your nose still. So everything's like in this plane. So then you can look over your nose of your snowboard, get the 3/4 of the way, and then you're still looking over the nose of your snowboard. By doing that, it's going to help a lot. Like I said, if you look down and behind you, then your board rotates 90 degrees, and then you land on your toe side edge, and it's really hard to land, or you just land with your hands on the ground and it's not landing. So hope that helps, my dude. Okay, Brad says, LOL, I make videos for myself and have hundreds of hours of unstabilized helmet cams, and new GoPro makes it so much better. Dude, that stabilization stuff is actually a big deal. Now, the other thing is we're conditioned to see stable footage. Back in the day where it wasn't so popular and it wasn't the standard, you could get away with it. Now it's like such a standard to have smooth footage that if you don't have it, people just exit out. So definitely having like quality content helps a lot for sure. Oh, okay, hold on. I just saw that Joey said that PS Capita 32 Union are doing a giveaway on Insta. Dude, go scope it out. If you guys go win some free stuff, that would actually be super sick, right? And then there we go. Okay. I got another question in here. That was good. Where to go? Copper Pizza next to the ice rink. Jaden Brown. Yo, dude, I've been there a couple times. I don't want to dog on them, but I've not had the sickest experiences there, to be honest. But I'll tell you more about it later. Lewis says, brother at the Loveland ski area. And I've been to Loveland ski area quite a few times. I love that place. I just don't have a pass there, or else I'd go a lot more. Okay, so Devin says, I want to buy a GoPro, but they are so expensive. Yeah, like they really are, but they're really not. I bought like a mirrorless camera with a nice lens, with a wireless microphone setup and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, I'm like, holy cow, there goes my whole bank account. And so, what can you do with a $500? What can you do with $1,000? Like that kind of thing. And hopefully, you could get a GoPro or try to find a seven online. So the seven has stabilizer or a seven with a gimbal on Craigslist or something like that and find a way to just get it done. And you can find some, you don't need the eight. Like Johnathan Buckhouse has an eight and he has a seven and he has a gimbal and he makes amazing content and he doesn't have to have the craziest top of the line. He needs stuff that's predictable, that works, and that's consistent, and he knows it. So if you can get like a GoPro on, Craigslist or something, I would definitely scope that out. But make sure you get lots of batteries. Okay. Jaden, did the boots in the hot tub work? Actually, this kid who was competing at Rev Tour yesterday had brand new boots. Now, if you're ever going to compete, do not change your gear the day before you compete because you're literally, it's like, I don't know of a good example, but if you're changing your whole entire equipment before it's like this, you're going to go snowboard or you're going to go compete and you change your contacts and you don't know if they're going to work and they could be terrible and blurry and they're not the right contacts and you don't know. Like use the stuff that works so that you know it works and then try to do that. So, but more of the story is I told him to do what you do is you go in the hot tub and you try to like break in your boots a little bit and it does kill the overall life of your boots, but it allows you to break your boots in faster. And when you break your boots in faster for this kid, he needed them broken in and he like called me, asked me about it, told him what to do. And then the next day, he's like, dude, it was insane. He's landing front nines in the half pipe because, like, in the day before, he couldn't even snowboard. He literally fell 3 times going down a run. So it worked perfect for that situation for sure. So, Jaden, yeah, that definitely worked. It was actually pretty sick. And you'll meet Dante, the kid's gnarly. He's got front nines, back nines in the pipe. He's crazy. Okay, hey man, should I drop $200 on some snowboard boots? If you have the money, dude, full send. If you have the money on boots, if you can find boots that are super comfortable, that's the biggest deal. Find that they're comfortable because if you have miserable boots, your day's done. It sucks. So find boots that are dope. Melissa says, "Hey, I have developed a bad habit while turning on the toe side edge on steep slopes. Hard to explain via text. I need you to help me fix it." Yeah, I bet there's like two different things that are happening. Is that your lead shoulder is probably contradicting the lower body movement. So as you're on steeps, you're probably in a position that's not optimal, what's making it scary or the less responsive. So then like snowboarding is becoming harder in that situation. So there's definitely some tactics that I can help you with on how to like make those turns more awesome, especially for steeps, especially for trees, especially for moguls. So on Friday, I'm posting a how to ride tree video, and I actually start discussing how to make short turns and control your turns so that when you take it to the trees, you're not just getting wrecked. But we can definitely do that. So that's like the first thing. And then that's kind of the big thing. So Melissa, I definitely want to see exactly what's going on. So yeah, we could actually go ride. We were supposed to have lunch that one day, and then I ended up hanging out and I totally bailed and I forget why, but we got to make it happen. I think it was breakfast, so let's make it happen for sure. And then Rachel says, everybody subscribe to Premier Snow Academy. Dude, actually, though, so Premier Snow Academy is my competitive coaching program that I teach kids how to become like better snowboarders. So, athletes that are trying to become professional. And we have a weekly training vlog. So, if you guys want to go scope that out, let me know. It's we just do a weekly vlog so you see a little bit more of my coaching style and the athletes that I work with, and then we can see them progress from like the beginning of the year to the end. Super sick. So, dude, Rachel, thanks for the shout out, dude. That's sick. You're helping me promote me on like a different platform because I have like kind of a lot of different things going on right now, which makes the days super crazy because I got a lot of things going on, but I wouldn't want to do anything else. So, Rachel, appreciate it. And then George says, do you have any general snowboard progression lines, i.e., carving, pop, ollie, 50/50 board slides? Know the difference for everyone, though. Not quite sure what you mean in terms of that, but I would say like the biggest thing, honestly, is making sure that your body positions are stacked and starting with like the small stuff, like can you flat base, can you learn how to ollie and pop, then 50/50, and then go into carving. But hit me back up with what you mean because I think I'm a little confused on that one. Richard says, Richard says, thanks for the vids. Great to see you sharing what you love. Saw your video on riding moguls. It was great. Wonder if you have any more tips on riding choppy terrain without actually jumping so much. So Richard, I'm going to make a version 2.0, so more like a beginner guide to moguls, which I need to do. So essentially, I kind of talked about this a few times, but when we have a turn, especially in moguls, as we have a turn, the more you can get your turn to go across the fall line, this is actually when you slow down. So that's a big deal. Now, if you are trying to slow down while going like through the bumps, what you need to do is you need to get your belly button to sink down a little bit lower so that you can like use your knees as shocks. So as the train goes up or as the train goes down, you can like bring your knees down. As the train goes up, then you can stay in contact with the snow, but simply bringing your belly button lower. And I'm not saying bring your eyes down lower. I'm saying bring your belly button down like you're doing a squat and squat down, and then it will give you more range of motion to stay in contact with the snow. And when you're in contact with the snow, you're able to control better. So that's kind of my thoughts. But I'm going to make another video about that for sure. Lewis says the powder at Loveland during the storm was insane. I bet, dude, that whole storm, I was literally at like Copper every day. I was losing it. It was so dope. And then we got Jack says, hi, Tommy. What kind of protective gear do you recommend for beginner park? Any particular brands? Particular brands, I'm trying to think. Low key, don't really tell anybody this. POC makes some really amazing stuff, and they're more of a traditional ski company, but their gear is super durable. So I have some like POC, like butt pads and hip pads. So I would say like butt pads, hip pads. If you have wrist guards, definitely an option. And then if you're super nervous, like a back protector, they make some really cool back protectors as well. And I do have an intro video on my YouTube channel on how to like enter the park. So like enter the park. Like if you've never done park before, you can go scope out that video and I like kind of break it down on like what you should be looking for and even like learn some tricks outside of the park to go into the park. So scope that video if you haven't. If you have, sick. But I would definitely say butt pads, big deal for sure. And then okay. And then George says, can't wait for Friday's video. I'm hyped on it. It's going to be sick. I'm going to start editing it after this. I like to get as much of my editing done before the last minute because I hate stressing out about that stuff, but definitely super stoked on that. Okay. Dude, we've been going for almost 2 hours. Like, I literally can't believe this. Okay. Want to make sure I'm not skipping too much of this. What else we got here, boys and my people? Okay. So, okay, Devin says, when are you going to make Johnathan do a backflip? Okay, truth be told, I did a backflip on like the sketchiest little jump, but I haven't backflipped a park jump yet. I don't know why. I'm being soft. I need to do that for sure. And then Bud says, thank you for all your videos, dude. Thanks for coming out here. I appreciate it, man. Coglios knows, tend to lean harder onto my front leg as I gain more speed downhill riding. Any ideas on the best correct this? Hurts my power runs much. Okay, yeah. So if you're leaning on your front foot, so essentially, like if you're leaning on your front foot and pow, essentially your nose of your snowboard is pretending to be a submarine, and submarines are designed to go down. So that's kind of obviously what's happening as you lean on your front foot. So what you want to think about doing when you're riding pow, you're more like a boat, so that the front of your board is floating up like this, so you can retract your lead foot and pull that thing up, and then shift your weight back so that your belly button is stacked over your back binding. So you're like leaning back and then what you want to do is as you're riding, you can actually, as you're riding POW specifically, you can take your back foot and kind of like let your back foot do a lot of the turning. Sorry, that definitely like will help a lot for sure. So that's definitely, but obviously on like a lot of the carved turns and a lot of the other stuff, you definitely want to be on your front foot. So being able to be in the right body positions per application is a big deal. Okay, Nate says, been up in the windows at Keystone since the last storm? Question mark. I have not been to Keystone yet since the storm. What are your favorite tree runs on an epic pass? Man, I'm a big fan of Vale, to be honest. It's actually super dope. Vale has just so much. As long as you know where you're going, there's so many catwalks, but there's so much terrain there that's incredible. So I definitely dig Vale. And then there's some fun stuff at Breckenridge. You just have to get there early because everybody knows where it is and then it gets tracked out pretty quick. And then Keystone, I just don't know Keystone that well. I know how to get to the park and I know how to leave. So I need to have Johnathan show me around for sure. Okay, DJ O'Neill. Hey man, after the holidays, I'm going to get your course. The only reservation is I am not having someone to progress with or really watch what I'm doing wrong and having someone record me. Yeah, no, I totally understand. If it's not for you, I'm not trying to like shove it down anyone's throat. Like I haven't even talked about. So I do have an online snowboard course where I made like all these crazy videos and I break down stance, I break down all these tricks and all these crazy stuff. And I'm gonna start like talking about it a little bit more, but I haven't really been talking about it. I think it's an amazing course but I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys as much content as possible so that like that you guys can just get as much value out of it. So I definitely have an online course and it's not even in the description below because I'm blowing it. I need to do that. But that is a thing where what you could do is you could check out the course and then get your money back if you're not digging it or I'm not in a position right now to do one-on-ones. I really want to. I just need to figure out how to do it legally because I don't want to get in trouble by the resorts by like doing something like that. So I need to figure that out. But I appreciate you like looking into the course for sure. And then having somebody record you like the recording part is only for when you want feedback on something specific. So there's so much other stuff in the course that you're going to be able to get a lot of information from that's not just getting feedback. So yeah, we can hit me up on Instagram if you have any more questions or yeah, if you want to pick my brain or anything about that. Kyle Anderson says when you're landing from a jump, do you always try to engage an edge of the snowboard or do you land flat base sometimes? For me, I would say a high probability says that I would land on an edge. Probably about 75 to 85% of the time I land on an edge because when you land on an edge, you can land on an edge and redirect your momentum down the fall line versus sliding around. And when you're sliding, like if you land flat base, essentially there's no friction and it just allows you to do this and it makes it super uncontrolled. But as soon as you do this, it's like locking in an edge and then you're going to be able to have a lot more control. So I would say high probability or high percentage of the time I land on edge. Okay, what else we got on here? Then we got Austin says, can't wait to catch the next one. Ooh, let's go. And then we got what else we got here, boys? Okay, Brad says, Marathon Tommy, I just need to hit that bell because I always find it late. Dude, let's go. I know I've been going out here. So 7, I do these live streams at 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights. But if you hit that bell icon, then you should get a notification saying that I'm doing something. You should get a notification that it says I've set a live stream up, and then you would get another notification that's saying that it's happening. So I don't know, something like that. Still trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing, my goal, put out content and then figure out all these little nerdy stuff down, as I need to, or as I go, I'll figure it out for sure. But the bell icon thing, kind of sick. Ding. I wish I had like a real ding because yeah, that'd be dope. And then holy cow, we got Frank Well Fitness, dude. What up, dog? With the $20, you know how much pizza that is? That's so sick, dude. Okay, he says, what up, Tommy? Flying into Colorado from Atlanta this Friday and staying at Keystone Lodge for Christmas Day. I'm supposed to link up with Johnathan and film. Would love to session with you too. Are you around then? Okay, so usually I work. So what days are you fully in here? So let's definitely like figure this out because traditionally I go work Vail during Christmas Day, but if they don't need me, and then maybe pretty much all my days off I ride with Johnathan because we create content for my YouTube, we create all his vlogs, all his content, and then I get to like whatever videos we get, I steal the clips and use them for Instagram posts. So I'll most likely ride with him any day that I am like any day that I can. So Frank, if we can like make that happen, dude, that'd be insane. And thanks for the $20, dude. That's so gnarly. You guys are insane. $20, dude. That's so much pizza. Oh, it's gonna be so sick. Got it. It's so dope, you guys. Okay. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, Brad says, LOL, our GoPro talk. Jonathan's video today is on that topic. Queued up next, dude. Johnathan Buckhouse is dropping a sick video, so you guys make sure you check that out after this. He is doing a GoPro 7 versus GoPro 8, and I helped him film it. So if the filming's bad, we're not blaming me, right? We're blaming the GoPros, or is it my fault? I don't know. I don't know. So go scope that out next soon. So and then Rachel Brown says, I would love to get my front threes with an indie grab this season because I stomped it on the airbag. Dude, that's so sick. Did you do that airbag session with your brother? Because that would be sick. Do you have any clips of that, dude? That's sick. Front three? Oh, that'd be insane. And I know Jack said that you are like super gnarly and your brother's super awesome too. So like I'm so stoked to like literally like go ride with you guys. It's gonna be so sick. And then Frank says, you guys rock. I totally understand the hustle. Yeah, dude, it's like 7 days a week right now, which, like I said earlier, it's like not work when you love it, but I know I have some obligations. So I just got to like try to manage my time and get as much stuff done. But if I can do that, I got to do that. And then creating content is a 24/7 never ending gig. It really is, but like, it's okay. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because like, that's just what I'm trying to do anyway. So I'm definitely stoked on that. So I'm gonna probably end this soon, guys. We've already been going for 2 hours. This literally goes by like so quick. I got a little bit editing to do. I gotta go to sleep and try to go shred tomorrow. I'll be riding copper tomorrow, and I'm excited for it, dude. I'm excited to go ride copper. Copper's so fun. Okay, and then let's see. We got Dunn says, "How good can a beginner get in their first?" Well, honestly, I've seen some people get like really good in one season. The key for you is snowboarding as much as possible. Imagine trying to learn how to read and you literally read a book 10 times a year. You're going to get good at it, but it's just going to take forever. So if you could snowboard 20, 30, 40, 50 days, then that's how you're going to maximize the actual amount of time that you can like shred and get better. And then if you're following a lot of these how-to videos, you're going to expedite it a lot by understanding your body positions is number one. And then just getting a lot more like time, like body positions, situational like awareness, like where does my body positions need to be for switch, for 180s or whatever it is, whatever you're trying to learn. So the more you can like study up and then apply those, then you're killing it for sure. And then Melissa says, let's see, Melissa says I can't do park, but I love moguls. Dude, let's go rip some moguls together. I actually love it. It's actually mad sick. And then you said that in 1 year, a lot. I can do any terrain just now at 1 year on a board. What? 1 year? That's so sick. Yeah, there's a lot we can help you with. Like we that's why I'm like stoked to like put out this content because I can definitely like keep getting content out and helping you guys like give you a little like literally giving you guys like some cheat codes to help you because that's like the stuff that I work with that has worked with my riding that has worked with the athletes that I work with and if I can help you guys kind of like cheat and get there faster then we're in it for sure. And then Jack says where's the link to the course? So I'll put that in the link in the bio after this video is done and then from here on out I'll have my course, like online course on like all these videos from here on out. If you guys want the link, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and then you get to see a page. I have a little sales page that says like what it is, what it includes, like the value of it, and all that stuff. And then I actually have another free training video because I want to give you guys content. I give you 3 free secrets on how to be a more awesome snowboarder. So if you go to that my online snowboard course page, you're actually going to be able to see a free video talking about how to be even better at snowboarding. And that's like an exclusive for this course. So you guys can go scope that out. And then it talks about what's included in the course. So if you guys are interested in the course at all, hit me up on Instagram and I can just send you that link. And then from here on out, after this vlog or this live stream, I'm going to put it in the description and make sure that's there. It's pretty awesome. I've been pretty hyped. I have mindset training in there. I have case studies. I have ways that I can give you feedback. I have like breaking down stance, how to spin. Like I give you guys homework. There's a whole bunch of fun stuff in there for sure. Let's see what else we got in here. Fitness. All right, Frank Wells Fitness, dude. Yeah, dude. Let's see what we can do. Let's keep in contact and see what we can do for like later. In like I don't know, it's like a week away or something. I don't even know what day it is. I guess it's about a week away. That's crazy. And then my first instinct, what up, dog? Dude, today was so fun. So Ben, which is Jonathan's brother, which is my first instinct, he has a YouTube channel and he like streams video games and it's actually mad sick. I need to like go and hop on one of his and show him some love too, but definitely go scope that out if you like guys play video games. But he's been helping me film, which has been so sick because I literally just need help filming as much as I can so I can have that content for sure. And he says, "You're such a savage boss. What up, dog?" Okay, and then we got, "Thanks, Tommy. Your chats are great, dude. I appreciate that, man. I'm getting a little tired, but I'm still hyped for sure. And then I'm getting a little sick, but I just don't want anybody to know that. I'm just gonna lie to myself and just keep sending it." Okay, Rachel says, I will send that video to you on Instagram, but first I need to receive them from the photographer. Let's get him. Let's get it so I can see it so we can start breaking these tricks down, which would be sick. Because if we can start understanding what's going on now, the better. And then Evie says, drink lots of water. I want to drink water, but I feel like drinking water on live stream is so weird. And like, you guys don't want to see me do it. And then it gets quiet and awkward. So I'll wait until after. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm weird that I think that it's weird, but it's weird that I think that. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. And then let's see. Yeah, man. Thanks so much for the advice. I'm moving out to Salt Lake City January 1st. Dude, let's go. Gonna go as hard as I can, dude. Go hard, but be smart and make sure you're finding like a super sick balance of progressing, but taking the steps to get there right so you're not just getting wrecked. If you progress too fast and you're just going to beyond your skill level, then you're gonna get wrecked and you're not gonna like be killing it. If you can progress a little bit every single day, that's key. Literally, that's key. And then that also builds consistency because you can have time like practicing, practicing, practicing. All right, guys, I am just about done here. I am going to just answer a couple of these last questions and then I'm going to be rolling out of here, guys, because I'm kind of dying out here. Let's see. Do you have a set board for POW or do you ride the Burton full time? So I actually been riding this like Telus snowboard and I pretty much ride a camber board. I I'm kind of lazy where I get one board that just does as much as it can. It's not, and like I have a camber snowboard, so it traditionally looks like this. But with like a camber snowboard, I ride POW, I ride park, I ride everything with it because I don't want to have to go like change stuff. If I had a POW board, I would be digging it, but I don't want like a directional POW board, meaning like it only goes one way. I want to get like a both so that I can ride switch because I love doing 180s and POW and riding switch POW. Like I don't know, it's just sick. So I haven't got a full POW setup. I want to. I just haven't spent the money because I usually break 3 boards a year. So then I try to like replace that same board that I have to spend money on that board versus like kind of a luxury board. I need to get like at least the board that I need, which is crazy. So, and then David says, "Saw, glad you saw my Killing It sticker on Instagram, dude. I can't believe you got that sticker, dude. That's so sick, sick. If you any of you guys are picking up Killing It stickers, they're in the description below. And what I do is I give you guys put them on Instagram, and I'll just share that story and get, like share the love. You know what I mean? So if you guys want to get on the Instagram, get a shout out, hop a sticker, and then I'll just tag you. If you tag me, I'll tag you back. It's just super simple. And then I appreciate any of the support, dude. All these donos are crazy. All of the you guys like purchasing hoodies, purchasing stickers, like you guys are insane. Just like I appreciate all of you. It's so sick. And then we got another freaking chat, dude. You guys are insane. David B says supporting the legend, dude. You're insane. I'm so hyped, dude. All of you guys are so sick. I can't believe we have this many of you guys still here. This is insane. So on that note, guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. So we do live stream on every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and we're gonna hold true to that and just get that done. So I want to thank everyone for being out here. We got David B. Thanks for all the chats, dude. We got Frank Wellness, dude. Thank you so much for the chat, the $20, you guys. Midwest Red Vlogs, dude. You donos, dude. You guys are insane. Stefan, dude, with the $20, dude. You guys are insane. I appreciate it going towards those 3 boards that I break a year, dude. It's insane. I got Zachary with the $5. You guys are all so sick. I appreciate like everything, everybody who's been in this chat, whether donos or not, man. I appreciate it. With the engine out here with the $5, dude. You guys are awesome. So on that note, I have a video coming out. Sorry, I just read that Evie says yes. I listen to you ramble as I walk on the treadmill. Ramble? Okay, I'll take that because it is kind of rambling for sure. I kind of just go off on these crazy tangents. But dude, Evie, that's sick. I'm glad that you're like multitasking. When I drive, I hate just driving listening to music. I try to be productive. So like I download like YouTube videos, like educational stuff, like whatever it is, like I try to like geek out for sure. But all of you guys, appreciate the support. You guys are freaking sick. And then I will be going live on, so yeah, live on Tuesday nights at 7. I post a YouTube video on Friday at 4:30. So make sure you scope that out and like subscribe, put the bell icon on. And then I do have some links down below with some cool stuff. I'm gonna add that course in there. And then I post every single day on Instagram. And so if you guys are looking for certain tricks, I may have already posted it. So hit me up on the gram. I'm getting a little bit behind on the gram, so I try to respond within a day or two. But I definitely respond to every single Instagram post. So or every Instagram DM. So I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Keep killing it. And I'm gonna end this live stream as we always do, which is like super awkwardly and like is it stopping yet? Let me press this button. I don't know. All right, guys. You guys are all amazing, and we out.